he's in third, but he has the second highest scoring team next to mine, and he should be dead last. He should be 0.
Yeah, that's crazy how he turned his team around. That's your fault. I hope y'all know that's your fault.
Yeah, that's it. Not me. I didn't make no trades with him.
Yeah. How's everyone doing today, man? Everything good?
Cooling.
I'm good, bro.
I'm tired.
Y'all look tired. Y'all look.
I was so sick yesterday. I don't know if you saw me. Like when you probably didn't know, or you came in late. I had like a migraine, I had a fever. I was dying yesterday. I don't know how I made it through that episode.
You was yelling.
That's why you were so hype yesterday.
Flu game.
And you got it. It wasn't a good flu game.
Yeah, it carried me out afterwards. If I didn't act like that, I would have passed out.
It wasn't.
Fluent. That boy Justin Fields looked like a menace on Monday, man. Had his ski.
I don't know who that team was that played in those Chicago uniforms, but I liked it.
But you liked it, right?
Boy, was Justin Shiesty out there, boy. He was giving Bill Belichick whatever he wanted. Run, pass, whatever you wanted, you could have it.
Do you think that this is something that could be, continue? That success could continue on the Bears? What do you guys feel about that?
Well, Fluent, you go first. This is your team.
This dude Giannis got to stop shooting threes, man.
Look, I'll yo, what up, little man? Little Fluent wants to say what's up.
Oh man, what's up, yo?
Don't do that.
Can I help you? Just want to say hi. We're talking football. Who's your favorite team? Actually, tell Dub who your favorite team is.
The Eagles.
Whoa!
Undefeated.
Can you believe that? The Eagles.
The Eagles.
And not even this year. This is like we're going 2 years back. He's like, I like the Eagles. I'm like, no, you're no son of mine. But no, I think what the Bears did is it's sustainable to a certain degree. Am I expecting them to do it like that every week? No. But yeah, like that's their recipe to success. But what do? They win a game, they play great, and then they trade Robert Quinn, their second best defense.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Like it's like they don't want.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, that was crazy.
That lost me, but that lost me, bro. To the team that don't even need him, bro. Like in all actuality, they did not need Robert Quinn. I think they were Super Bowl. I thought there was a Super Bowl contender.
They're already nasty.
It's the funniest. It's the funniest nigga on any podcast.
Yeah, no, that shit is crazy.
Yeah. So no, in reality, no, I don't think. You'll see glimpses of it. That's what's going to frustrate you if you're a Bears fan, or if you you'll see that every third or fourth week. So I don't think it's the same.
I think the funnest thing about the Bears was Justin Fields the other night. I just thought ultimately if he can be that guy and get better as that guy, I mean, I don't know if he'll take like a year 3 leap like a Josh Allen and cement himself clearly as a top 5 guy in the league. But if he can get, let's say, 10% better from what we saw in that game and apply that kid has a lot of ability. They let him do the things that he can do. Like you saw, in the red zone, they've been horrible all season. Mm-hmm. What do they do? First play, he rolls out left and takes it himself. Well, that's what they need to do. Next year, right? Next year is going to be the thing. If you want him to have that leap, are they going to get him a number 1? No offense to Mooney, right? Are they going to get him a number 1 wide receiver? Are they going to get him some offensive line help? The running game looks good. Cole Kmet looks good. You got a good defense. A good
young defense too. I was concerned when they traded everybody away, but okay, good young defense. So, and Matt McClute, whatever his name, Flackloose, whatever the last
Eberflus,
yeah. I'm nobody's last name. Can I say? Right? He's a defensive coach, so there's promise, but yeah, don't read too much into that.
My thing
I like Brisker too. Brisker, I'm a big fan of Brisker. He's pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good.
It's 2 things that the Bears keep is a decent defense and a run game.
Yeah. Just rely on that and do what you do.
I think the thing that Justin Fields needs to do to get to the next level is make reads. His reads be so slow. A dude be open, running across the field, he waits.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna defend Justin Fields just a little bit. That's
because he's from Ohio State.
Yeah, maybe, probably. But I'm gonna defend him a little bit.
You right.
I'm gonna say this. I think the hardest thing for a quarterback to do during the the process point, like the ability to process a field.
Yeah,
It's hard to do it when like your interior line is always somebody in your face.
that's a fact.
You ever notice the problem with that Bears team is that center's not that great and the two guards aren't that great. So a lot of the pressure that comes in from the Bears is right up the middle. And so ultimately, from our angle, which I'm not going to say you're wrong at all, you see that wide open crosser that's just right down that Justin got to take.
But he's
not seeing it because he doesn't have the time to see it.
And he doesn't have the time to look at it.
Yeah, he don't.
Right. Sometimes you'll miss the easy one because it's so much coming at you that you're not going to take the easy one. And I think the great thing about this past game was, like you said, Fluent, they stopped making him have to play behind that terrible O-line and started really just moving the pocket for him.
And who's his safety valve too, right? He doesn't have that.
He don't got
that Cooper Cup, that Travis Kelce, that not everybody, very few people have that. But when you don't have that guy, it's like, hey, I know when I'm in trouble, boom, I can look to that person. He doesn't have that person either, which makes it harder. But even look, like if I can, I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady, but look at Tom Brady this year. Now that he only has like 2.3 seconds versus before it was 3.5 seconds, he looks human now. Well, yeah, because pressure makes a huge difference on anybody, and tougher on a young quarterback.
For lack of a better word, when he do get an open receiver, he get PTSD if somebody coming up the PTSD, and somebody coming up the middle, and he don't see it.
And they got to get that ball out of his hands too. Sometimes I will say he does the young thing. He holds that ball a little too long. Get it out of your hands.
Nigel and Ben, y'all got anything to say, bro?
No, I like what I saw from him. Yeah, they ran the ball. I think they ran the ball for like 250 yards. Like they went stupid on the Patriots defense. Yeah, he rolls out a lot, which is, I mean, it's good because he's athletic and he's like capable of running and stuff. We saw it like at the goal line. But yeah, he doesn't see some of the simple things like somebody open, like maybe 5 yards down the field, and then still he'll roll out, try to, and then end up throwing the ball away. So once he improves in that, I think, because he has all the tools. Like we see it. We see at least a couple plays every game where he does something. Even in the, what did they play on Thursday? The Commanders. He wasn't that good, but like he had like that last drive. He had crazy moments where like he breaks off like a 40-yard run, and it ain't just everybody doing that. So we see the flashes. It's just the little things.
That last drive, he put him in a position to win the game. Honestly,
he did. No,
he definitely did.
Put him in a position to win. I mean, obviously, the layup touchdown to that tight end, you got to make that throw every time because it's a layup. But everybody forgets about it if Darnell Mooney bails you out.
That was a good throw. Time. That was a decent throw.
I hope they give him an O-line though to protect.
Yeah, they got to go O-line in the draft. Got to.
O-line and receiver, get a number one for him.
Hey, what's good with you, Sugar Boo?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man. You know, how about you, man? Boo Bear, how everything going?
I miss you, bro. I miss you, man. You need to be on the show. Maybe say hi to me every now and then, bro.
I'm glad I'm not the only one making this face right now. That's crazy.
You don't have to. You don't have to. It's fine.
What the fuck is going on?
I know y'all.
Come again,
bro.
How you feel about how do you feel? How do you feel about your man Tua coming back and suiting up?
Ground beef brain, ground beef patty brain. You know, it is what it is. My boy, you know, so this is the point I came to it to. You know, I'm a big fan, bro.
Oh my god, this man did not just say that.
But he even went against his dad's wishes, bro. Like his dad and mom was even trying to keep him from playing, but he still wanted to go out there and
look
play.
at Steve Nash spazzing.
I mean, that just means he's a grown man and he make his own decisions, though. You know, I'm not his dad, so I mean, it is what it is. So I'm gonna root for him when he out there, but I just know, you know what I'm saying, he playing a dangerous game. Especially trying to run over Devin Bush that one play.
I was
he is bugging, bro. He is bugging. Like Devin, like really could have did him. That's a line, bro. Like he could have really did him bad.
He could have ended it,
but he caught him and let him go. There was another play too. A defensive end got through and they could have like really, really got to him too. But Buddy let up and just tapped him. You know what I mean? But I'm just. Yeah. You know, I feel like if that's what he feel like he got to do to prove himself, bro, so be it. I just feel like, personally, knowing what I know about CTE now, I wouldn't take the gamble, but I mean, shit, 24 million not enough for him. He thought he need more. He feel like he need to prove the couch coach is wrong. That it,
Bro,
you
why
know,
was he
so
lowering his shoulder, Bama? He was lowering
Yo,
his shoulder.
yeah,
Lowering
he
his
tried to
shoulders
run,
crazy.
buddy.
I-
Trying to get that
Very-
first down. He's trying
Like,
to get that
and this is again, where is your medical staff and where is the advisement? Like, who is not telling this boy, you better slide or pull a Tyler Lockett? You see what Tyler Lockett do?
Hey, listen,
Tyler Lockett don't.
He's sliding every single time.
Hey, listen,
Come
I
on,
don't want to see him on the field throwing up gang signs again. I don't want to see that.
yeah, that was gross.
Yeah, that was bad.
I never want to see anybody do that. That was horrible.
Horrible.
If he on the field again throwing up West Side, he don't ever need to play again.
Nah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope he doesn't feel, because I get it. You're football players, there's a mentality of, you got to be tough. You got to get out there. You got to play. I hope he doesn't think anyone's questioning his toughness or his willingness or wantingness to play, because we all realize, dude, you're tough. You want to play football, but be smart too. You know what I mean? So I hope that's not his motivation.
Y'all also got to remember he's Samoan, so they're notoriously stubborn.
Yeah.
Our Warriors.
Left tackle in high school was this big Samoan dude, dislocated shoulder. Okay, I'm good, coach. I only need one arm to block him. Dude, sit out. Stop it.
Samoans are notoriously stubborn. They don't listen to nothing.
Well, there you go. Hey, you know what? Bama, man. What if he's okay? What if he plays the rest of the season and he's good? You back?
Like I said, we live in the age of information flu. You can't argue with science. Science is almost absolute. I mean, there's certain instances where people can argue with it, but I mean, we saw this time with Jackson, Junior Seau. There's so many other players. I can't even remember their name. Center for the Steelers back in the day. Like, these dudes really like off themselves, like from this CTE stuff. Like, I mean, cool. He good. I mean, if you feel like he good, but like I said, Fluent. J-Rob, this throughout the course of battle, bro. You say some crazy shit, bro. Like I said, in mid-game, bleeding, all of that from the forehead. I look Coach dead in the eye and say, I'm good. You know you're not good.
You're not good.
It's battle.
I keep telling people when I age myself, or it's not even, you guys probably had the same thing. When you're seeing stars and it's like, oh, I just got my bell rung. I'm good. No, dude, you got a concussion. You need to come. We went back and played. Like,
I done played defensive line with my bell rung. So
yeah.
But that was always the saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your bell rung is like a notorious saying. So it's like that was just always the way you looked at it. Then you didn't think, I have a concussion. They're throwing
the ball. I see 3 of them. Catch the middle one. All right.
I done got hit and seen the white light.
You seen God? God?
And playing the net and played 2 plays later.
That should be crazy.
That's what it sounds like.
Nah, really.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. Real shit, though.
I hope you seen our Lord and Savior
Cooper
Cup.
That boy was reaching. That boy was reaching from the bottom.
Hit the like button. Stop playing, bro. Appreciate you guys for joining us on another show of Players Choice Gridiron on a Wednesday night. A lot of things to talk about for the football world. A lot of things happened. A lot of trades has been happening. I would like to start off the show that's saying, Fluent, the gloves are off.
When were the gloves on?
The gloves are off. Throughout the last few months, I've been noticing your witty remarks and your shitty banter, and I have had
shitty banter,
and I have been taking the high road
for you, bro.
I have been, taking the high road and not really commenting on that. But I would like to let you know I have written a letter actually to you, and if you've continued,
and here I was about to say something nice, because I was saying, since you're an L host, I'm starring all the super chats for you, so you can look over on the tab there that says starred, so you can read the super chats. Read me your letter.
You're an L host because I already put that on the screen, my guy. So let's not do that. Hashtag dub up 1, Fluent up 0.
Wait, did you say up 0?
Up
It's just
zero.
the same.
He actually didn't post that super chat, but okay, go ahead.
I did. Anyways, and there's video recording. But I'm not gonna release the letter we
that
have going
release-
off.
Oh, you're not going to
We-
release the letter?
No,
You
no,
just-
no, not tonight. Not
just
tonight. When-
therapy? You just read it, you just rip it up and throw it out? All right.
Oh no, no,
If you
no!
read the therapy,
I
help me
wrote the
out.
letter down in my phone, and
Oh.
whenever it is relevant, whenever it is, I have to bring it out due to your unnatural behavior. I will release it.
Unnatural behavior.
Yeah, I will
I
release
believe
it.
everybody
So-
on this panel owes me an apology.
for what?
Y'all called me crazy when I told you Aaron Donald, Jalen Brown, all these people are crazy signing with Donda, and you are like, "What are you talking about? Kanye West is a great businessman. He knows what he's doing." And you all said, "Fluent, you just old, you crazy. What are you talking about? He's so smart."
They'd be crazy to stay with him now.
How you like me
Oh,
now?
they dropped him. They dropped
already
him.
did.
They dropped
Yeah,
him.
they all dropped him already.
Yeah,
Adidas dropped him, Aaron
They
Donald.
saying that
Donald.
sinking
Apology.
ship. They don't
Go
want
on,
to stay
next.
on there.
Read
I
your
think-
damn letter. Wipe your ass with that letter. Get out of here. Next.
I think Yeezy's about to. I think. Shut the
Yeezy's
hell up.
about to-
So
Yeezy's
this is what
about
you
to
do. This
be-
is what you do all the time. You take one win that you have out of a million L's, and then you just hold it
Sure.
up to a high standard.
Sure.
That's what you
Sure.
do all the time.
Okay.
Please do
I
not let
think
me get the
Dub's
letter
still
out.
a little upset that the chat let him know who was the true.
Oh, you
fluent
guys
one
got bodied.
in the panel. Oh, you got not even close.
No, you guys
You
got
got
bodied.
smoked. No, you got
I promise you guys did.
You got smoked.
It was bad. Like you and Chilltown was on the ropes the whole night. And it was
I've
actually
got the
amazing to
comments
see.
that about 132 people said Fluent just schooled you and made you more.
As a person that watched it, I'm gonna go ahead and say you lost, Dub.
Thank you.
And I have a lot. And Ron,
Thank you.
I know a multitude.
You lost, Dub.
Ron,
That's a fact, though, Dub. You do be losing and you just say you win and throw a
Yeah,
headshot at the
you be
camera.
doing
and
that
you
a lot.
automatically
J-Rob,
win.
J-Rob.
I'll give
I'm
you
just-
your
I
props
don't
when
want to be involved. I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
Cut this
I'm
shit.
not involved. I'm not
I'll give
involved.
you your props when you
I'm
win,
not
but you
involved.
be
I'm not
saying you
involved.
won. You be
No
saying
offense,
you
bro.
be saying
No
a lot
offense,
of
bro.
shit, but you
I
be-
know.
you
I know a handful of people, plenty
not
of
involved.
multitude of people
I'm
that
not
say the
involved.
exact opposite.
Yeah, your
So
family
many-
don't count.
No, it wasn't. It was everybody. So there's a multitude of people. We don't have to. This is what happens. You're gonna have the older generation who's gonna agree with you because at the end, they old heads stick together. Kudos to you guys. But you know, there's other people that actually see the truth. And the truth of the matter is, you guys took the L. And we have. Please do not make me release the
All right.
letter.
All right. You stood there with your flat earthers and think you're right. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna read the letter right now. And you wanted me to do it.
And you wanted me to do
Oh, let's get to football.
Dear Fluent,
Kareem's a fraud.
Hold
Oh,
up.
wait, let me take
Hold
that.
up.
back.
Hold up. I never took it back. I still called him a fraud. I
Okay.
just clarified in the
Which is why you lost. All
He's
right.
still a fraud. Dear Fluent,
crazy.
I would like to start off by saying I enjoy the witty remarks and back talk I receive from you.
You really wrote
Even
That's what he just said.
I need everyone to mute their mic
I guess
right
I'm in
now.
someone's head. All right.
Mute their mics right now.
Kind of creeping me out, Dub.
I would like to start off by saying I enjoy the witty remarks and back talk I receive from you, even though myself have never stooped so low to call your stupid takes for what it is, an abomination. I've never expressed those words out of respect, though for the last few months now I have not received that same level of respect, which is okay, but now the gloves are off. To start off, you have one of the worst sports minds I've ever witnessed in my entire life. I understand all of what we say are opinions and would never act as if anyone should take my word as law. Everyone should be free to formulate their own opinion. You do not have the same. You do not act the same. You and your arrogance believe to be one of the smartest people in the room and act as if what you say is the closest thing to the truth, which is false.
Fact.
Your takes are far from accurate. I question sometimes if you even keep up to date with watching games in which we talk about. I would be willing to ignore all of this, though, if you wasn't such a hypocrite. You complain about other people being biased for their own era when talking about Kareem without acknowledging your own personal bias with him, as you are a Lakers fan. It is a two-way street, my friend. The reasonings that you use to try to diminish or praise players are never consistent, openly stated to change the narrative to whichever fits your argument, and we have let it slide. That will no longer be the case, and I would like to end off by saying that this is the worst form of sports media. Everyone should be held accountable to being consistent with their own logic and reasonings, and you, my friend, have failed miserably in doing that. You get angry at other people for doing the same exact things you do, which is cut people off, not listening, have respect, be consistent. On top of that, acknowledging that there's a clip and not the whole entirety of a take, and not hold any personal bias towards a take. the true embodiment of hypocrisy. Love is love, Dub.
I appreciate that, Dub. Thank you for thinking about me. And
Love is love.
love is love.
Wow.
We good. And
Wow.
for Dub, we know that Dub has a little bit of
Emotional, damn it.
we good, brother.
Facts,
We
bro.
good,
Facts,
brother.
bro.
We good,
Facts.
brother.
That was an amazing
Very
paragraph,
well
my friend.
That
And to
that
let you-
monologue was crazy, bro.
Wonderful.
He really felt.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Stop
You
it.
sound like I ain't gonna lie, Dub. You sound like a hypocrite too. In that letter, bro.
How do I sound like?
No, hey, he wrote the letter to me. Let me say,
Wrote
I
the letter,
appreciate
bro.
you
Go
taking the time to write in that letter. I appreciate
It
you,
was
brother.
amazing. It was
I
amazing.
appreciate you.
Anyways, we're gonna get on to our first topic of the day. The Jaguars just went to losing 4 games in a row, and a lot of people was high on Trevor Lawrence and his play, especially in the beginning of the year. But it seems as if he's coming back down to earth. So I would like to ask you guys, what are you guys' takes about the Jacksonville Jaguars? What you guys feel about Trevor Lawrence, and are you guys confident, not confident on the way that this team is headed? J-Rob, I'm gonna start off on you since you were the Jaguars guy.
I was rocking with Dougie them. They I mean, ultimately, I'm still rocking with Trevor Lawrence. Like, I think he still has all the tools to be a franchise quarterback. I mean, ultimately, fellas, I think we have been a little spoiled because we've seen guys like Mahomes and Lamar and Patrick Mahomes have like this instant level of astronomical success in the NFL. But it don't all grow on trees, and it's a work in progress. I'm not gonna. Obviously, was I high on them? That I think they could be a legitimate threat to win their division? I was. I mean, I'm not really still too out on that. They still got some games left. The season's not over. But I mean, to say I'm disappointed, I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed because my expectations weren't too high. So I think ultimately, anything that they would have did outside of winning 2 games was kind of a success compared to where they were at a year ago. So that's my thoughts on them.
Floyd?
Listen, what do we think the Jaguars were going to be this year? We thought we'd see a step forward from Trevor Lawrence, which I think we've seen that to a certain extent. And we thought they were a team that would win what did we say? 4 games, 5 games, I think, at the beginning of the season. They're 2-5. So they're on pace to win 4 games, 5 games. So I think as long as he continues to progress as a quarterback, the team will continue to get better. They are who we thought they were, to steal a line from Dennis Green.
Nigel?
No, I still like this team. They still have pieces on this team, especially defensively, that I like. Especially in the front 7 with like Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker. Like, that defense it still has a lot of potential, and it's still played pretty decent up to this point. They've lost like a couple close games, like against the Colts, against the Giants. They got stopped at the 1-yard line. Like, they've had some games that were right there, and they just couldn't quite take it. They kind of still have a chance to win the division, but I just don't like their schedule. I believe they play the Chiefs coming up soon, and then they play Baltimore, and then they have the Titans twice. So they have probably one of the harder schedules left in the league. So I don't know about winning the division, but earlier in the season, I probably had them winning about 6 or 7 games, and I think they could still hit that. Trevor Lawrence over the last 2 weeks has still been pretty good. So
you don't really think
like
they
this team
have
more
winning
than
the division?
No, I don't. I think the Titans are going to win it. I think the Titans are going to win it. Because their schedule is just a little too much. But I think they have the talent maybe next year to really like put their stamp on that division and compete for it.
Yeah, I wasn't really that high on Jacksonville like that this year, but I was real high on Trevor Lawrence. Thought he was going to be like a breakout player, and I still think he got potential to be great. But I like the pieces they got in there in Jacksonville with Travis Etienne. I really think, although they lost James Robinson, I think Travis Etienne, he's going to be a breakout star now. So yeah.
Hey, Ron, can you lower your TV, bro?
We know you watching that Nets game.
Yeah.
Steve Nash just got ejected.
And what's your take about Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence only had one really bad game. Other than that, he's been pretty solid. and they lost a bunch of close games, except for the one where they only scored like 6 points, I think. But I didn't just like everybody else. I didn't really expect much from the Jaguars. Maybe win about 5-6 games. Their defense is a little better than I thought it would be. Travis Etienne is really, really good. Other than that, that's it. I think he's going to be really good, though, to be completely honest. He'll be fine. He hasn't had, like I said, any overly bad games. He's had really, really good games. Even his last game was really good. He just didn't throw any touchdown passes.
Like this is a team, right, guys? We all agree this is a team that next year can make some noise, because if the Titans don't have a quarterback, the Texans don't have a quarterback, don't call Tannehill a quarterback, Dub. Don't make the Titans don't have a quarterback. The Texans don't have a quarterback. I'm forgetting the team. The Colts don't have a quarterback. Like, this is a division that Trevor Lawrence next year could be, probably already is, the best quarterback in the division. If they can just tighten up some things, like there's just look, they're not. It's not this year, but I think they're close in that division unless something drastic happens.
Absolutely,
the talent is there.
Yeah, the talent
is there.
I think the funny thing is you mentioned the coach. I think the coach should have kept Wentz, to be honest. Through everything that they're going through right now, they should have kept Wentz.
No.
No, they shouldn't have kept Wentz.
No.
So they wasn't better last year with Wentz.
I don't think they were going too many places. No, they were a better team, but I don't think they were going nowhere fast either way.
No. I'm not saying they was going to go anywhere.
Better than Matt Ryan. Yes.
He's better than
Matt Ryan. Yes. Yeah.
They should have kept Wentz. Not to say that they would win anything, but
yeah.
What was that?
What is going on? Who else has a soundboard? That's mine, yo.
Shots fired. No, I'm rocking. I definitely agree that Carson Wentz was a better option than Matt Ryan, but let's be real. We all know what Carson Wentz is ultimately. You're not going anywhere fast.
Wasn't there someone else? Isn't it? Is there no other quarterback they could have brought in? I feel like they went.
Why couldn't Cam Newton go? Why couldn't they bring in Cam Newton instead of Matt Ryan?
Because Cam Newton wasn't good.
Yeah. I'm not.
But this is my thing.
This
is my issue, though. This is my problem. This is why I say the NFL don't be fair to like the mobile quarterback, the dual threat guy, because Cam Newton, before he got COVID with the Patriots, if we're all going to sit here and say he was playing bad, that's not true. He looked pretty good. Then he got COVID. All I'm saying about this Cam Newton thing, the only reason I even bring him up is Matt Ryan is a duck. Carson Wentz is a duck. So at the end of the day, if you're going to bring in somebody old, we're going to bring in Matt Ryan and think they're going to be a good play stopper. I mean, I would at least give Cam Newton a look if I'm going to just put a placeholder in there regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking at Matt Ryan as like a big, like, bro, he got a bench for Sam Ellinger.
But J-Rob,
based on last year, though.
So few mobile quarterbacks have success, though. I think that's why they're having a hard time allowing, to buy into that, because the numbers still say that mobile quarterbacks don't win as much as pocket passers.
Yeah, but
that's what the numbers say.
In 10 years. In 10
change.
years,
I agree with you. And I want, and I like it. It's more exciting. It's better. It's the wave of the future, but they still want to win. And I think it's do you want to be the person who makes a mistake on a mobile quarterback who is told, you idiot, what did we tell you? Or do you want to be the guy who makes a mistake on, 90% of pocket passers have success, so I went down that safe road. And that's what they're doing, because they're playing it safe, because their jobs are so on the line. It's not like it used to be,
but these
right?
Pocket passers be shit Pittsburgh.
I'm not disagreeing, but like
shitty. Like, this is my thing. How come a shitty pocket passer could be shitty, but a shitty mobile quarterback it's way worse? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That will never make sense to me. And ultimately, I blame that ultimately just on history. That's the only person to blame in that is history, because yes, has the trend been that pocket passers have won all these Super Bowls and have been the prototype? Yeah, but that's because that's all you was looking for.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't allow.
Let's be real. Most of the mobile quarterbacks, the dual threats back in the day was black folk, and they wasn't playing quarterback because nobody thought they had the mental capacity to play the position. So for a long time, you were looking for a certain visual build, and I think now, obviously, we've seen that's starting to change. Like the agenda, the idea of what the quarterback position is changed. We got quarterbacks in the league that's 5'9", and then we got quarterbacks in the league up in Buffalo that's 6'6" and could throw out the stadium. You know, like the position has completely changed on what the idea of what it should look like. And so I think like if we're still in a front office thinking I'm better off with Matt Ryan than somebody who has mobility, that's to me like we're still living in a lost past.
It ain't even that, J-Rob. Coach Prime made perfect sense of it. You coach him to go with who you comfortable with. So you can't get mad that a white owner is comfortable with a white quarterback. That's what he's accustomed to. He's accustomed to pocket passers. So this is what Coach Prime suggested we should do. It's 4 teams with openings, right? We got to figure out a way all of y'all favorite entertainers come together and buy a team. You need a black owner. Because culturally, he would be more comfortable with the scrambling quarterback because culturally, that's what we're accustomed to. Not kicking field goals, all that. You know, put the athlete at quarterback. So in situations,
we're not playing no fourth down.
You know what I'm saying? So in situations where it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a mid-black dude or a mid-pocket passer, it's gonna be, bro, I'm gonna go with what I'm culturally used to. I'm gonna go with the mid scrambler. So it's like you can't really blame the owners. That's kind of what they used to. That's what they grew up playing football seeing. So it's like, of course, they just finna hit the button and, bro, I'm going with what I know. It's kind of hard to get something. Like I said, you ever heard of the slogan, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? That's the same thing with these owners, man. These dudes grew up watching Bart Starr and all of these
Johnny
dudes,
Unitas.
So now you finna tell me, bro, that this is not the way, like, I'm not, no color. I'm just saying, this is what they grew up seeing in their eyes. So now you finna come and tell me all of a sudden that the way all my heroes, how they play football, you finna tell me that it's the wrong way now, all because of some dude that I don't even know. You know what I mean? It's I'm not even from that culture. Like, so you trying to tell me your culture is better than what I'm used to. So that's kind of how you got to look at it. So
but I wasn't saying that in the lines of like race. I'm just saying most of the mobile quarterbacks were black. Like that's just a fact. Most of the pocket
quarterbacks were white.
That wasn't even matter.
They just not used to it. But Coach Prime brought up a good point to how to solve that right there. Like, I mean, Cam, though, I don't know. Me, myself, personally, I ain't just saying it because Cam was ass, bro. But I hate to do it.
I'm not denying that.
No, he's not. But he's saying if you're going to give Matt Ryan a chance.
I'm just saying, like, if we're looking at placeholder guys to just hold a place.
They gave Cam Newton a lot. They gave Cam Newton a lot of chances, though. You can't
a lot of chances.
You might have to put
you
might have to put them down to Umar up for me. But I'm gonna take Matt Ryan over Cam Newton, though. Like
did Matt Ryan last year have a decent year? The year before he went to
I think they both personally.
It was better than Cam Newton, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying strictly. That's a fact. Cam over Matt Ryan. I gotta go with Matt Ryan.
Are you talking about this in no? If I had to pick in general, at their best, I would rather have Cam Newton at his.
No, at their best.
No,
you gotta remember,
at their best,
Cam
I take
to
Cam.
the dirt, though.
Definitely Cam.
I'm not at their best.
Yeah, no, they're not at their best.
Though.
But I didn't know that's what you was. I thought that was what you were saying. You would rather have Matt Ryan at his best. Like
there still is an issue, and I agree with everything you say. They're not getting the opportunity, but look at the top 10 teams by record. 2 of them have a mobile quarterback, 3 maybe. Yeah. So the again, those analytics dudes will still look at it and say your pocket passer is what wins you games. I agree with you. Not enough mobile quarterbacks are getting opportunities, but they'll continue to back themselves up by saying, well, look, all the top teams have a pocket passer.
As long as the numbers support it, they're going to keep going with it.
Yeah,
that's the majority.
To your point, Bama,
I mean, the position you got to throw the ball.
So if I'm used to this and I have numbers to support it, I'm not going to change. Like, you have to force change, and that's, people don't like change.
You have to see it for years upon years.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you look at Josh Allen is the Bills' best.
I'm counting him as a mobile core. Yeah, I'm counting him.
Best running back on the team, bro.
Yeah,
that's a fact. But if Josh Allen couldn't throw it,
and he has the arm talent.
Like
if Josh Allen wins a Super Bowl, your mindset of what the position.
Yeah. Hey, the only undefeated team left in the NFL has a running back quarterback. Remember, we were giving Hurts.
Come on, Jalen Hurts is mobile. You know, but I'm not even, and this is the issue too. You say dual threat. I think I'm not always saying like you got to put design runs into every offense. Like the first and second quarterback in the draft is going to be Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. I know my right mind would think those two guys are dual threat quarterbacks. They're just guys who can improv and have a bit of mobility, kind of like Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes ain't no runner,
I
but
agree with that.
if you need Mahomes to get you 10 yards, he can run and go get you 10 yards. Or 12 yards if you need it. That's
well, heck, they want to make that the prototype, but it's tough to find athletes like that, like throw and
my
run.
thing is Mac. Like I don't want Mac Jones. To me, like I'll never understand why Mac Jones was a first round pick.
Well, that's because
he has no mobility.
I mean, he went to
Alabama. He doesn't have an elite arm.
Yeah.
He had no elite arm talent. He's not an elite arm talent. He has no mobility. I'm not saying it's not right up top. I'm not saying
there's still politics.
He's not He's not a day one. He wasn't a day one guy.
You get a leg up if you have a connection like that Alabama.
He was with the boogeyman.
And don't disrespect
the ex
Big
boogeyman.
Mac extra sauce. He the only
I'm not
in Alabama history.
Look,
you win an all SEC schedule.
You slap the name Manning on your back, people are going to give you a chance. Like there's just certain things that.
I mean, if you win an all SEC schedule too, though, you gotta.
I know. I'm
just
saying.
J-Rob, wait. Who in that draft? Who else were they going to pick? He got picked number 15. Who else they could have picked over Mac Jones?
He's picked in the first round. I'm just saying.
Who else could they have picked?
I mean, they really.
It doesn't matter who they could have picked. That's not my point. My point is that I don't think he was a first round talent.
But I mean, I
so
guess
it doesn't matter.
I get. No, but
you know what
I'm saying, like if I would have graded him as a quarterback, I'm not grading him as a first. I'm not grading him as a first round guy.
I know what you mean with that, but the point which I'm making is it seems as if you're complaining about him being drafted that high, and mainly because of him being a pocket passer, and then comparing it to all right, there wasn't any like. You're basically saying that he got drafted because he was a pocket passer. That's basically what you're saying. And I'm saying that, well, that's not the case. The Patriots needed a quarterback at the time. They got him at 15, and there was nobody else who was available.
I don't think it was.
But that you're the thing is, W. At the end of the day, I think you're taking this. You're reading way too deep into what I'm talking about because ultimately my point isn't about who the Patriots drafted at quarterback or who they were drafting. My point was that Mac Jones, the prospect, to me, wasn't a day one prospect. It had nothing to do. It has nothing to do with if the Patriots were going to draft him or not. All my point is, if he was to me, he was never a first round talent. So ideally, the Patriots, in my eyes, should have still been able to draft him in the second, third, or fourth round because he was not, to me, a first round level talent at the position.
But I mean, you got at the draft board, you got to take a risk. Let's say if another quarterback picked him up, then you had lost the potential of getting him.
Okay, but all right. But my thing is, I'm taking a risk on guys who have major upside. Like the Bills took a risk when they took Josh Allen because they knew he was a prospect. But why did they take that risk? Because he had tangible traits, physical tangible traits that were deeper than what he had mentally X and O's. The man can throw 70 plus yards. He is 6'5". He has the biggest hands in his draft class. This kid was a project, but he had elite level intangibles to make him the prospect that he was. The difference between him and Mac Jones had nothing to do with the mental part, because obviously statistically, Mac Jones was a way better quarterback in college than a Josh Allen. But in terms of talent, let's be real about him. Physical talent doesn't make him, to me, never made him a day one talent. That's just how I feel about him.
I know.
Do you think picking him at 15 was a reach for a guy that didn't have?
Do you remember when they were saying he was going to go 3 to the 49ers?
Yeah.
I wanted him to go 3.
I thought Trey Lance was a reach. Don't get me wrong. I thought Trey Lance was a reach.
Trey Lance was for me. I
thought they were both a reach. I thought they were both reaches.
Wasn't everybody in that draft a reach? I'm trying to think back.
Except for Trev.
Except for Trevor Lawrence. And I think Justin Fields, based off the year he had, he's the only one to me who fell. Him falling to 11 because going into the draft, if I looked at all the quarterbacks, I thought 1 and 2 to me as a lock was clearly Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that was that Lawrence Wilson.
And then out of nowhere, Zach Wilson jumped to the top.
I'm gonna keep it a book. Any Ohio State quarterback is a reach.
And then round 3,
I'm not one of those people that's ever going to say like I just think personally,
it's not ridiculous to say
I'm not a school guy when it comes to quarterbacks. I never will be.
I'm never
gonna be that. I'm never gonna be that.
No, but J-Rob,
I am a pattern type.
J-Rob,
we've never
shame on you, burn me twice, shame on me, bro. Like
Yeah, but come on, outside of like Bryce Young, for example, outside of Bryce Young, Mac Jones and Tua and Jalen went to Oklahoma. Prior to this little stint, was Alabama considered a
Quarterback school?
quarterback school?
You
No,
said-
and they had a bunch of quarterbacks.
But-
A whole bunch of quarterbacks going to
But
Michigan's gonna have a
as
bunch
of
of quarterbacks going to league.
as-
Ain't been
So that's like
as
a
of
defensive skill
recent-
position school.
Come on,
as
bro.
of recent,
It's-
I
it's
guarantee you.
Oklahoma.
I guarantee this,
Oklahoma. Everybody
Let
tried
me-
to say Oklahoma was a quarterback school. No, it wasn't.
This
No,
is
it's
what.
not.
This is why I'm
Kyler
feeling
Murray
booed.
was good at football.
I guarantee you,
and
Brody
Jalen Hurts are
Crow.
good.
Brody
Sam
Crow was
Bradford
better than
shit,
any quarterback
Baker
that came
shit.
out at Ohio State. So
Bama.
you can say.
My point has nothing to do with schools. My point is that the quarterback position to me never will have anything to do with school, because if you look at the schools that quarterbacks in the NFL went to, like if you just look, them shit's really random.
Yes, but it's random.
Most schools is random. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any college
consistently
quarterbacks.
known
I
that
don't
quarterbacks from Ohio State busted
from Ohio
the
State.
NFL though.
And you can say that about a lot of other schools.
I'm just
the only
asking
reason
a
we say
question.
Ohio State is because of the prominence.
You're a
of the
fan
school.
and you're getting
But J.
emotional.
Rod,
I'm not
as
as
Ohio
I'm just,
State,
I've said in general though.
Hold on, let Fluent get this off, J. Rob. Let Fluent get this off. Fluent.
I'm actually
Let-
it's not even to get it. I'm just
Said that
asking a
before.
question. Has there ever been a Pro Bowl quarterback from Ohio State?
Nope, they ain't had Heisman winners and everything.
No.
So
Herbstreit won the Heisman.
Will
Buns.
Smith.
Buns.
has there been high draft picks from Ohio State?
A plethora.
And
Have
have
been
they
hired draft picks from a bunch of
considered busts because they
is
didn't
USC
live up to their draft
Is
status?
USC
USC still got Carson
USC.
How
Palmer.
many first round quarterbacks went from USC?
Don't
They
make
still got Carson
Palmer.
Palmer.
thinking about another school. Just
Leinart.
answer the question though.
My
Have there
point
been
is,
high
I don't-
draft pick Ohio State
I
quarterbacks
hear
that
you,
would
but
be
my-
considered
that's not-
bust on their draft class? The answer is
Facts.
yes.
Yes, but
But
I'm
yeah,
saying
so-
I will never jack the school. I always look at the quarterback position as just the player. Because if CJ Stroud comes in and plays really well, and then if Justin Fields plays really well in the overall in the totality of their careers, then the whole narrative about Ohio State has changed. Because Bama's going to sit here and use the argument that Tua, Jalen, Mac, we got this. But prior to them, everybody was willing to admit that Alabama was never a quarterback label school. So I just don't ever, I personally,
All I'm
in
saying
my
is-
opinion,
all
has nothing to do with my
I'm saying
fandom. I
Let
never
Bama
jack
say
a
so.
school for quarterback school ever.
We still gave you a Brody Crow. Y'all didn't even do that though.
All I'm saying
That's
is
all I'm
You're
saying.
right.
if a school produces a bunch of high draft pick quarterbacks that never pan out, you have to start. You shy away from them a little bit. You have to.
I'm not saying you're wrong there. I'm just talking about my personal opinion of it. I
Does
don't
everyone think
way.
that Mac Jones shouldn't have been drafted that year in the first round?
I feel like you should. Like what you said. What else was they gonna get? You could easily say that Zach Wilson shouldn't have got drafted 2 overall.
Oh,
You could've took
yeah,
Mac Jones.
Zach
I
Wilson.
kinda-
I ain't gonna lie, Bama. I don't disagree with that either.
Based on that draft, he probably went at the right spot because if you
Yeah,
think
he went. I think he
the
went
next quarterback off the board, I think was what round 3, and it was what
Trey
Kellen
Davis
Mond
Mills.
and
No.
I think it was
And
Ritter.
then
No,
Davis
no,
Mills.
You're talking about
Besides
Mac
Trevor-
Jones or Zach Wilson?
What year was this?
Mac
Mac
Jones.
Jones.
Besides
Oh, yeah,
Trevor
he wasn't
Lawrence,
a quarterback
everybody
for a
else
very
was
long
winning
time.
Mark.
Might have been
Yeah,
Davis
Davis
Mills.
Mills.
I thought it was
Kellen
Kellen
Mond. It might have
Mond.
been Kellen Mond.
Kellen Mond.
Yeah.
Kellen
Third
Mond. I
round,
got it
right?
right here.
And then
There
Kellen
was a
Mond.
big drop from 15 to the next quarterback. There was a big gap. So
There was a 5, and then it went to
yeah, and then so there was so I think that was you had to take him, I think, early because there wasn't a lot of
There wasn't a deep quarterback.
it wasn't a deep quarterback draft. Yeah.
Cool. We got MC Robinson with the super chat.
Yeah, he went in.
Who up, Dub? You're not gonna only say the older generation agree with Fluent. No, there's older Gen Z people who agree more to OGs with the knowledge of what they seen than you, Dub. That thinks that knows everything when you don't. First of all, MC Robinson, let me clarify one thing. I was talking about the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar debate, Mr. MC Robinson, and I don't expect anybody to agree with everything that I say. I have to sit here and debate my points and argue with people about my points. And regardless of the way I do it, I don't think that my opinion's more than another's. Trent McGahee was a super chat. If you're gonna say that about Ohio State with QBs, keep that same energy with Bama, man. They both in the same tier of ass, but Tua and Mac look decent. And that was from Trent McGahee. MC Robinson, hop off my jockstrap.
Not jock. Hey, Doug.
My
I
jockstrap.
felt it though, because I ain't an old head either, but I feel him. I don't always agree with y'all. I think, and I'm Gen Z like most of y'all. I'm the first year of that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, J. Rob.
I think our Gen Z, we got like
I
we
hate
spoon-fed, bro. We got
I hate the
spoon-fed
way
generation, bro.
I hate the way that you look at it too. You look at it just like an old head, and I hate
I
it.
don't look at it like an old head. I look at it like
Yes, you
somebody who
do.
played
No,
competitive
you look at
sports,
it.
bro.
You look at it like an old head.
You know what?
No, I don't. I look at it like somebody who's
Yes, you
played competitive team
do.
sports, bro.
Yes, you do.
My
The
favorite
thing
thing.
is,
my favorite thing
the
about
one sport you were good at was an individual sport. So you will never understand the feeling of what it's like to win a championship with a team. What it's like to be in a team sport. You don't know that, bro. So personally, you're good with individualism. That's by nature. I'm not. That's not a diss. That's by nature. You're a good wrestler, one-on-one. I played football, bro. Like I played in locker rooms. I've been around teams, bro. There's gonna be nights where we really did not care who was balling the most, because at the end of the day, you sleep better going 1-0, bro. Most nights.
So which point? Which point? Hold on. Which point? No, wait, hold on, J. Rob. Which point are you addressing? Because this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. This has a point that you have a problem with. So please explain the point, because this is not relevant to the situation.
Let me address the point real quick, J. Rob. Because my thing with Dub is this. Because Dub said something the other day too that was hilarious when he said we should all be listening to the young guys who are watching the game now.
That's not what I said. Please quote me if you're gonna. Please quote me. Please quote me if you're gonna quote me properly. The quote in which I said was. Ticket said one thing. He gave a shot on us about us being young and we couldn't talk about things. And all I said was, if anybody should, if he's gonna come like that, if he's gonna come with that type of energy, if anybody is obligated to talk about anything, it's us. That's what I said. I said that due to the ignorance of what somebody else was talking about. So that's not how I personally feel. But if somebody's being nasty with me, I have to be nasty back, Fluent. That's the point.
You said it, but you didn't feel that way.
I said it in to combat what a ignorant ass person was combating with me, and I was meeting him with the same type of ignorance, which is wrong to do. I understand that.
Okay.
But that is not what I feel at all.
So it was wrong to do. Okay. So here's my thing with Dub, because you look at things a very certain way, and it's a very you're not going to like to hear it. It is a very young mentality, which is I am looking at things through a certain glass, and I don't see that other side because I see it this way, and that's the only way. And why I laugh sometimes is because in 5 years, you won't believe me now, but in 5 years, your opinion is going to change. In 10 years, your opinion is going to change. In 10 years from that, your opinion is going to change. And that's why some will say, well, that's hypocritical. No, it's as you learn, as you develop, as certain things in your life change, you will look at things differently. And something you look today and thought being one way, you're going to look at it another way and it's another. And there's no way of knowing it, and you won't believe it until you get there. And how do I know? Because I was 20 once, and I thought I knew everything, and I looked at it a certain way. And now I look back and go, damn, that was a wrong way of looking at things. And I look at it different. And I've gone through 7, 8, 9, 10 different ways of looking at things. And that's just the reality of it. You won't see it today. You'll disagree even right now. But I promise you,
understand.
I promise you will.
I could understand that point of thinking. I could understand that 100%. Life and growing, you could grow when you're wrong and grow when you're wrong. Right. But when you're being a hypocrite, you do this within a 6 to 3 month span. There's one time when you praise one guy, and there's one fluent. No, stop. You can't sit here and say this level of growth after 5 and 10 years, and then sit here and try to apply that to yourself. It's only been 5 months or 5 weeks.
I can change my mind. I can change my mind in 2 minutes to get new information.
Thank you. That's my point. But you don't do that. Absolutely. You do it. You switch. You switch your points. Fluent. Stop.
I even called out Chill.
You switch your points.
I even called out Chill, and I said Chill. I said this 1 week, and then when I got new information, I was like, oh, I was wrong.
You switch your points so much. You praise Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson is a perfect representation of that. There's so many times you give Lamar Jackson slack because of lack of talent that he has, but then with Justin Herbert, you won't apply that same energy. You do this.
Justin Herbert doesn't have a lack of talent around him.
Justin Herbert got a lot of talent.
You got a lot of talent around him.
You have this same level of inconsistency throughout your whole entire time. And let's not act as if Justin Herbert never had a defense, bro. Let's not do that. And Lamar Jackson did. So please, it's not the same. It's not the same.
That's an excuse to me.
It's not excuses. It's details. Do you think that details matter in life, Fluent?
Sometimes.
Not sometimes, all
Every
the time.
every
If you're gonna
every
say
single
sometimes, that
relative.
is a lie.
No,
Details
everything's
matter in
sometimes.
every case. Details matter in every
Everything is
case, and
sometimes.
that's what context is. We can't
That's
sit here
actually
and look
not.
at
That's
somebody
actually
struggle.
not true. That's
That
not
is
true,
true.
bro.
That is
That's
true.
not true.
Certain
Because
things
in
matter.
life, bro, that's not true. Because in
Details
life,
don't matter in life. Are y'all
because
serious
in
right now?
life, no, because life is a results-based
every
world,
detail,
bro.
every
We live in
detail isn't
results,
important.
bro. Like, come on, dude. Like, if you work anywhere, bro, they're not gonna ask, oh, if you got a paper due and you don't do the paper, they're not gonna ask about the context of why you didn't get the paper done. They're just gonna say you didn't do shit.
Oh wait, no, wait, time out. You
That's
talk
a great
about this
example.
is
In
another
life,
way. Hold
in
on, wait.
life.
Let me
I'm saying in
answer
life
J
is
Rob's
results,
point.
bro.
Let me answer
You're
J
not
Rob's
gonna
point
ask
right quick.
about that. That's
This
the
whole
real
shit
world,
that you
bro.
was talking about, a team sport and everything like that, that right there is an individual thing. So of course I would expect the guy who's doing it individually to make up and show up. But if you got a guy in a group project who's putting in all the fucking work for your guys, but then everybody else is lacking, a good boss or a good teacher will understand that one guy's putting in all the work and everybody else is failing him. So let's not do that. If you want to make this a team thing, you said that you come from a team sport, you come from a different environment. How do I understand that better than you then, J Rob?
You don't understand that better than me, though.
How? Because you're being inconsistent right now. You just
how am
talking
I
about
being
being in a team
inconsistent?
sport. You
But
talking
this is
about
what I'm
being in a
saying.
team sport, but
This
you're
is what
not
I'm
doing it
saying.
now.
This is my point, Dub. And this is you kind of like G-Bay in this G-Baby in the aspect of you try to take a point to try to make it fit what you're talking about. My whole thing of bringing up the paper analogy was to say that you're saying that all these little details matter. And obviously, Fluent, you're way older than me. You've experienced way more than me, right? So you know more. So let me ask you a real question about just life. Is life a results-driven in business, work? It's about the results. Nobody's always asking about the little details in between. It's either you did that shit or you didn't. That's my whole point, bro.
I understand.
I understand bringing up team.
I understand
that's
that
just
point.
a fact
Details
of life,
matter.
bro. That has nothing
No,
to do
I
with
understand
that's
the
the
point.
fact that with
But the
life, bro.
the outcome also matters. So to J Rob's point, it's when you brought up the paper, it was interesting. My wife had her dad was on in palliative care. He was about to die. He had like 3 days to live. She was about to graduate from graduate school. She had 1 day to finish a paper. You know what the professor said? I don't care about the details. Get me the paper tomorrow. I don't care that your dad's dying. Get me the paper tomorrow. That's the real world. So sometimes details matter. Sometimes they don't. Whether it's sports or life, it doesn't matter. So
in the context,
what you do sometimes, which I think drives J Rob crazy, and I don't mean to speak on his behalf, is someone gives you 10 points and you pick one and you focus on that one and say, well, that one isn't 100% accurate, so everything else is wrong, but the other 9 are still true, and that's what muddies the water.
Fluent, can you understand? Can you now you need to listen to me and what the point in which I'm saying, because I understand the point in which you're saying results matter. I'm not going to say and dispute that, but when we're talking about what J Rob was just talking about, oh, this is a team sport, and I just can't put all of that results and the failure of a team on one guy, and to put context into that. J Rob, if I'm a boss and the team is failing, but I see one guy sitting here putting all the work in, I'm not going to fire that one guy because it's a clear representation of the details that everybody else is failing him. So I can't let him go. I have to let everybody else go, J Rob.
Okay, I'm not that sometimes. Yes, that's not a terrible thing.
So I gotta run. I gotta go do my Raptors update, and then I'll come back. But I'll leave it with this to say sometimes, because that one who's performing sometimes might be toxic. And by eliminating them, you make the team better.
Now you're adding all of these nuances.
That's
not the general consensus of the thing.
I'm not going to say that, Doug.
You're adding a nuance to it, which doesn't happen regularly. That's a nuance. I'm not going
to add that nuance because I do agree.
I gotta go. Raptors beat the 76ers. Told you they were fire. All right, I'll be back.
Hey, Euro said this is the Dub intervention segment.
Yo, Dub, I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I'm not gonna use a nuance like that, like Fluence, at all. But I will say this: if I'm the boss and I get this person a new team, and you tell me, and you come up to me, Dub, you're complaining like, oh well, this person doesn't do this, so we fire people, and then we add new things, and the results are still the same. Then who do I look at that point? Because if I'm adding new pieces, if I'm giving you what you're telling me you need, Dub, and it's still not coming out that way, you can't hit me with the minor details because you told me, go get you this, I get you this. You told me he doesn't do this, I got rid of him and I brought you her. She's not doing this, so I bring in these two. So if I bring all these things for you that you're asking me for, and it still doesn't work out, then that's when, and this I think really, and I think this analogy we're using is probably the best one to find a common ground I think that we've had, because this is how I look at sports too. When you start to give you the things that you say you don't have, and we give you those things that it doesn't work, I can't give you the same bailouts that I gave you for the other things. This is why I'm hard on Aaron Rodgers, because they did start to give him the things he asked for. They did. And the results didn't come out the way we wanted them to. And I feel like we can't say the minor details of this, that. Nah, Dub, we can't do that. Because we did Dub, everything you wanted, and you said that we needed, you wanted the defense, we got you defensive players, and we paid them. You said you needed a great receiver, we gave them to you. We gave you, like, you know what I'm saying? So those things get on my nerves.
Herbert, right? You talking about Justin Herbert?
No,
right?
I'm talking about Rodgers. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Rodgers?
Yeah,
nah, Rodgers is a different story.
Justin Herbert's situation, I think the Chargers situation is more like they're not healthy, bro. That team is more cursed about getting healthy. And, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, at some point, like right now, it's early, so we could say they're injured. But year 5, 6, we can't keep saying you're injured. That's going to start becoming, well, availability is the best ability. And if y'all never available,
if that's the facts, but if that's the facts that's happening, you can't put that on a quarterback with those.
No, not at all.
I understand. I understand the
all.
point which you made. If I give you things that don't work out, that's when, like, yo, bro, like, come on, now this is you at a point. But that's not the case, which happens in most parts. Aaron Rodgers, I could agree with you where that's more relevant. But Justin Herbert, like you said, bro, his team keeps getting hurt, especially his defense, and it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
I agree, but also too though, and this is where it's fucked up for guys like him and Lamar. Dub, you got to agree with me on this, because we did it with Tom Brady and company. We also do look at these guys like even Lamar, because I've even said if Lamar don't get it done, he got to get it done too. Him and Justin, we look at these guys as like the elite tier of guys, and sometimes even in the scrutiny, it's the unfortunate part of being the best guy. Is that because we still have you as the best guy, we still feel like you could kind of pull us out of some of our bullshit.
And I think that's kind of wrong to do, because I think that everybody's human. I think that everybody should be down to earth, and nobody could be Superman. You feel me? And that's what I talk about, the unrealistic ass expectations of quarterbacks and people in general. We just put these on these guys like they're fucking Superman, could overcome the odds.
But that's what they signed up for, Dub. I promise you, they all want that glory. Because the quarterback has the biggest. I want you to know, and Bama will tell you, the quarterback in the locker room has by far the biggest ego on the team. And all their personalities be different. But in terms of like the ego, they're all a little crazy, bro. I'm telling you. So they want those unrealistic expectations. They want it. That's why they played the position they hold.
I'm gonna let you know during that season, Dub. The quarterback, the only time they hear that criticism is probably from shows like this and on ESPN and shit.
Yes.
And there during that season, he does no fucking wrong. Why you didn't block? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't run it like this? You covered this up. Help your quarterback out. Look at that. You fucking trash. Why you ain't catch this double cover? He was getting blitzed. Why you ain't do that? So like they being told like they hold, and that's their whole career. High school, each level you go down, it was worse and worse. Kind of NFL, we playing for the check, so it's like, hey. But for the most part, they constantly told how perfect he is. That's why Aaron Rodgers act like an asshole. It's not like his
facts, Dub. Why don't he act like he acts?
It's all them dudes act like that.
Example. Even when you saw right on the head.
When you saw Cam Newton when y'all saw Cam Newton on the pivot, bro, you was telling them boys be quiet and everything. I'm talking about this is bench warmer Cam. Like I'm like, God damn.
Ain't even MVP.
Cam was dressed like a slave owner. That was crazy.
Man, that boy is insane. It's like the persona of a QB, bro.
But nah, real shit though, like why is Aaron Rodgers up there going up to the media telling everybody, oh, some guys got to get cut, the reps, you got to simplify the offense.
I was just about to bring that up.
You in the film room, Dub. He's there. You was there all summer. You had the whole summer. You know what you needed to do. Now all of a sudden you confuse out what's going on. Like, come on, Doug. We can't excuse them for that, bro.
What's so crazy? Wasn't the reason he got rid of Mike McCarthy because his playbook was too simple?
Yes.
Come on, bro. Yes.
And then he asked for a simple playbook.
That was literally the story, bro.
Or a simpler playbook.
Come on, dude.
No, I like what Bama was saying though. I like what Bama was saying about like how they're looked at in the locker room. Because I bet you in the Packers organization, they blaming everybody else. You saw just like what J-Rob said. They blaming the receivers. They blaming the O-line. They're saying, what did he say the other day? He said, like,
what the fuck are we
they
doing?
should get cut.
What the fuck are
he
we
said
doing?
that, and then he also said that they should get cut. Or not, they should not be playing if they make mistakes. When he is also making mistakes. Like they ain't, like he's not carrying them and they're just not winning. Like he's also out there messing up. So I bet in the locker room, that's not how they're looking at it. They're looking like, Aaron Rodgers, we got to get him help. We got to do all this. And
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I do agree with you guys on the Aaron Rodgers thing. Like what you guys saying is pure gold. Like I don't give him passes like that. I do think his wide receiver is dropping a lot of fucking balls though. That shit is insane. But I do agree with the whole ego thing and Aaron Rodgers not doing that. So let's not get that confused. All I'm saying is the generality of everything. The generality of everything. There's more cases than not where there's outside circumstances that hold people back than the person that we're really highlighting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks are probably the most hated person in the locker room because they be assholes and they spoiled.
Yeah, spoiled, bro. I mean,
spoiled for sure.
I know you can't say it now, but go back to when Geno Smith played for the Jets. Mm-hmm. The linebacker had to almost break his fucking jaw, punch him in the jaw, and they get rid of the fucking linebacker. They don't even get rid of Geno. They get rid of the linebacker.
Geno was the backup at that point.
Everybody in that locker room even said Geno said some foul shit. Like a lot of dudes even said I would have punched his ass too. Like, so that even go to show you that your teammates took the side of the dude that punched the other dude, and the coaches and staff was like, "Fuck it."
Quarterbacks be damn near bulletproof.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna transition to our next topic though. We're gonna be the title of the video. The San Francisco 49ers just got CMC, Christian McCaffrey, over to the 49ers. So I would like to know your guys' thoughts on CMC there. Does this really affect the 49ers? Is this something that they should have done? Bama?
I think so. That was a better fit for me. I felt like that was a better fit than the Buffalo Bills based off the dynamics of the team. Jimmy G, check down specialist, more so of a real deal game manager. So he really don't like to stretch the field deep unless he really have to. So this gives him more of an incentive of what he like to do. This makes him a little bit more comfortable because you got to receive. You basically say CMC is a receiver.
Yeah, because he can play.
Is unstoppable. Catching the ball out the backfield. Like I ain't gonna lie, slot too. Like he quick. That's just what he like to do. And I feel like they still a run first team, so you can utilize both sides of. I feel like it's a match made in heaven for CMC, for a guy like CMC. The only thing in this situation, can CMC handle, that scheme? Because the 49ers pound that rock, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if you go back to Stanford, that's kind of the offense that the San Francisco 49ers run. And even if you go back, even though CMC was magnificent that year, he spent a lot of that year hurt at Stanford. Even though he had the 2,200 yards all-purpose, he still spent a lot of that year hurt. You know what I mean? So now you're going back to the situation. But like I said, I like the situation. I can only imagine how they're going to use him. That first game, I don't mind that because he's just getting used to verbiage and all of that stuff. That's going to be out the way next week. But I like it, man. I just hope he stay healthy.
I like the addition. I like how he fits into that offense. Basically, everything that Bama said, I think is true. The only thing I just don't like is the trade itself, like giving up all those picks. And this isn't like. I think it would have made more sense for the Bills, not in an offensive perspective, but in terms of what you have on your roster. Like they have like Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, James Cook hasn't got much run, so it would make more sense to add like this top tier running back in that offense. With the 49ers, I know Elijah Mitchell was hurt, but last year he was running like we saw him in the playoffs. He was going crazy in the playoffs. You got him, you've got Jeff Wilson, and just the running scheme in general. Kyle Shanahan, obviously come from Mike Shanahan. They kind of just put people there and they run the ball. Like we see Raheem Mostert, we've seen him go off. Like they kind of just put guys there. So in that scheme, I don't think they need an elite back the way other schemes would need it more so. Like the Titans, for instance, like with Derrick Henry, they would need more of a Derrick Henry than like the 49ers in the way that they run offense. So that's the part I don't like. But just for the fit with Christian McCaffrey in that offense and like what he does like in the slot and out of the backfield, I think it's a great fit.
J-Rob, what do you got to say,
J
bro?
Rob, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, you
J-Rob,
Yo, J-Rob, you know.
J-Rob is insane, bro.
That's the only way he went for that many picks, bro. That's the only way, bro. A running back going for the amount of picks he went for is crazy, bro.
Well, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, and this is why I know. This is why I said what I said, because, bro, he was injured for 2 years. How? How did he go for that? A second round, like the fact they got a second rounder is you robbing the bank for a running back.
Second, a third, and a fourth.
Second, third,
Fourth?
fourth.
Come on now.
They got
That
a
makes
fourth.
sense.
They got
A running back that was hurt for the last 2 years going for that is insanity. But
Insane.
I mean, it's a great fit. I think it's a great fit. I mean, free CMC for sure. Got him up out of that situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, definitely better pastures. A system that's really going to fit what he does. I think I agree with the point. I forgot who said it. In between the tackles may concern me because I don't think Christian McCaffrey is a guy you want to make him a bell cow, 30, 40 carries a night type. Like, he's not that guy. You give him the ball in space, let him do what he do, let him be a playmaker for you. And ultimately, it's cool, but I'm not lost in the sauce about it because y'all know how I feel about them 49ers. So they get that guy at the helm, it don't matter.
So can I ask you and Nigel a question? Because Nigel, you brought up a good point, bro. So in that offense, you see how you got Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson, shit. We even thought Deebo Samuels could have been a top running back in that offense.
Fact, he really could.
So the fact that you got a dynamic rusher like Christian McCaffrey, you don't think like that would be more of a match made in heaven? So granted, yeah, you're right. You're not going to be able to pound them 30, 40 times. Pause. You're not going to be able to do all that 30, 40 times. But I'm just saying, based off how to just think about it. Deebo Samuel didn't carry the ball too many times, but look how effective he was with the plays they gave him the ball. So I feel like they're going to use him in a similar situation like that. It's going to be 12 carries, 16 carries, but he's going to be super effective of how they're going to use him with those carries. You see what I'm saying? Plus what he's going to give you on the receiving end. So do y'all still feel the same way? You know what I mean?
No, I 100%.
No, I know.
Saying, like,
I agree.
It's great. The fit is great. Like, they're going to use him in so many creative ways that the Panthers just can't use him in because they don't have the personnel. Like, Jimmy G, as much as I'm – or lineman, exactly. Like, Jimmy G, I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Jimmy G, but he's better than whatever they have in Carolina. And he's, like you said, Bama, check downs. Like, he likes the easy stuff, kind of. And Christian McCaffrey's able to do that. No, it's a great fit. It's just the trade itself, trading all those picks. That's the only thing where I'm like, that gives me a little pause. But in terms of offensively, I think it is a match made in heaven. I would say that.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead, Beth.
All right. They got all the pieces they need to go to the Super Bowl. Only thing I'm worried about is Jimmy G himself, bro. He gotta lead the way. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But
we know he's not doing it, bro. He's not doing
it. But yeah, like what Nigel said about the picks. 49ers, I think they got like 3 draft picks in the next draft. I think they got like three picks, something like 3 picks left. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
But give up half their draft for a running back. That fits well. He's
and this is why I say the 49ers, we gotta figure out if Trey Lance is the goods when he comes back, because ultimately it's not gonna matter about a Christian McCaffrey and who you got on the team if when we look back on that shit and that draft pick did not work out because they mortgaged everything.
The future. Yeah.
Everything. So
as a 49ers fan, I like Christian McCaffrey because I'm gonna mirror what everybody else said. He can run routes. He's a great route runner out the backfield. He can run the slot. He can run in between the tackles enough. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be good there. Jimmy G costed us a Super Bowl, so I don't we gotta see what Trey Lance gonna do, man. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure on either quarterback, to be completely honest.
But I would agree with that. Also, shout out Aaron. Shout out Aaron in the chat. He's a 49ers fan. He wanted me to say bang bang Niner gang. So shout out to him.
Aaron Butter, love him, man.
Shout out to him.
What's it called? the NFC East, I mean, not the NFC, the NFC conference, it seems like it's very up for grabs, but the Philadelphia Eagles just got that robbery trade of getting Robert Quinn. So I'd
That's
like to,
crazy.
I know, and I would just like to ask you guys, since all the teams are struggling in NFC, who do you think is going to come out?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, I just hate how you asked that, bro. Shut up. I just hate
To come out of the NFC.
The NFC.
You know who we want us to say.
I mean, I'll say it for him. The Eagles.
I'll say it for him too.
The Eagles.
The Eagles got the easiest schedule, so they're gonna have the best record. So
and they just gave them a fucking pass rush.
And they just gave them a pass rush.
Yeah, like
they're only
they
gonna
got
have
too
to play
much.
2 playoff games because
Yeah.
they're gonna get a first round bye.
And the sickest part is, fuck, bro. Like y'all might go undefeated.
Y'all might go undefeated. The most y'all gonna lose is maybe 1 or 2 games,
bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't really like the Cowboys ain't wowed me with Dak back. I mean,
they look
defense is always gonna be
defense
good.
They look pretty mid on offense with Dak back.
But offense, they look mid. Yeah, that offense looks mid, bro. It don't look like
First game back. I'll see in 3 weeks we'll get.
They look better with
If
Cooper
they still
Rush.
look like average.
No, let's wait on that, please. Let's not start this talk.
Let's start it up.
No.
J-Rock, they didn't look better with Cooper Rush.
No.
They did not look better.
They didn't look better with Cooper Rush.
Yes, they did.
We've seen them.
Wait. Yes, they did.
Bro,
they did look better.
Bro.
This year,
This year they look better with Cooper Rush.
So far, he has
games
because
are-
literally because he's played more games. Literally on a literal black and white side, he's played more games. So he's had to
that's
look
fine.
better.
That's fine. That's fine. That's why I'm saying we've only seen Dak for 2 games, and if we see him for like the next month and it's looking average, then maybe we can go to like, oh, they look better with Cooper Rush. But yeah, in a literal sense, because Cooper Rush has played 5 games, he's shown more of a body of work.
Look, this is my whole thing on this Cooper Rush Dak thing. I'm gonna say it again and again. Obviously, Dak is a better quarterback, physically better guy. But what is Dak as well? A first round exit, a
Big
wild card exit, and don't sit up here and lie and act like Dak don't be selling, bro.
Big selling.
He be selling, bro. He do.
But that
And
goes
with that logic,
Everybody does,
yo,
right?
if Cooper Rush can get you to a wild card exit, why am I paying $70 million a year for one? You know, that's my only point.
that's fine.
That's my only
But
point about
I don't
that.
think
that's fine, J-Rob. But do you think, because when you say things like that, I'm going with the point is if you're trying to say that they should be starting Cooper Rush this season over Dak Prescott. And I don't think that that's the case because if you're going to have him for the year and paying him all that money, then you might as well just have Dak Prescott playing.
Let me tell you
Because he's making that
what
much money, you have to play him, Doug. Because
let me tell you what kind of owner Jerry Jones is, though. He'll pay Dak $70 million
Thank you, Warnock.
just to be like, I told you wasn't that good.
What you got to say, Bama?
So
Rush his ass. I don't think
I gotta like use this because I try to like tell people like, bro, they gotta get a scouting report on you first, bro. Like Cooper Rush has always been
That's a factor.
at the back of the line, bro. Like,
point,
bro, bro, he was spending time with Ben DiNucci, like at once upon a time. Like we didn't even know like who's really gonna be the backup. So him playing and them being super passive with him, pretty much using how they used Dak that first year when Dak did win that playoff game. It's like, dude, go back to calling those plays because if you use Dak like a game manager, but he does have a greater upside, a big play potential. So you can use him how you would use a Jimmy G, but instead of with a Jimmy G who want to throw check downs in crucial situation, Dak could be able to hit somebody over the top down the field.
Has Dak shown you that ability to do that in big games?
He can. It's the fact that they're trying to use him
We
like
know
Patrick
he can.
Mahomes. That's why
They do.
that's why
They
he's
do.
coming out
They do.
short.
Those
That's
who
why
let
he's
Bama
coming out
finish.
short. They not using him. They not using him as a game manager to hit big plays sometimes.
Okay.
They using him like he's a Patrick Mahomes and just saying, "Here, go out here and win a football game." Dak is not that.
That's
He
what
looks
you pay
overrated.
$70
When you
million
put
a
that
year
on
for,
him,
bro.
I get what you're saying though, but you also pay $70 million because if you use him like a game manager to command the team, that really can do that, and that team can be potent. Lean on Zeke and Pollard, run a lot more play action, use that to run a lot more play action. They got a top tier defense, so you lean on those two things. It's not a coincidence that the Eagles look so potent. They using Jalen Hurts, but it's the way they use it. He's being a game manager, but they rely. No. Listen,
you're not going to
No,
do
he's
that.
being a game manager. No, I'm
he's
not going to
also
lie.
playing at an elite level.
He's playing at a great level. Go ahead.
Let me get it off.
Yeah, let's hear it.
They running the ball. Miles Sanders is playing phenomenal. Both. They running the ball at a phenomenal level. But Jalen Hurts is being used as a game manager, and he is hitting his reads. He is hitting those game manager reads. Now it's a part what everybody like about Jalen Hurts is that upside factor. It's it's something about that kid I can't put my finger on. And he doing that. Quez Watkins down deep, Smitty over the top. When it comes time for him to do it, the 1 or 2 times out the game, he's gonna do it. That's what I'm saying. That's how they should use that. The 1 or 2 times. What they doing is we're gonna open up this fucking playbook, this creative playbook, like you Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and he's not that dude. He's not that. So of course it's gonna look like he overrated.
Okay, so can I rebuttal that real quick? Because this is my issue with that, Dub. It's my only issue, really, is if he is a game manager, you're not paying $70 million for a game manager. I hear your point of how you run the offense, but I don't like that y'all use Jalen Hurts as an example, only because this is Jalen Hurts' 3rd year in the NFL. And really, it's only his 2nd season starting. So you're not going to give him too much for him to digest on a game-to-game basis. Dak Prescott has been there for, 6-7 years now? He has been a part of this organization for a while. You should not have to dial back a playbook for Dak Prescott. You should not have to feel like you should be relying on a run game because you can't rely on your quarterback because it got to open up for him. My issue with Dak Prescott, and I don't know when everybody's going to look in the mirror about this guy, is ultimately the 400-yard games that we all know and love. We've seen him 400-yard games and they've still lost. He's had to play catch-up, come from behind. We've seen him start a lot of games terrible, really mid, and that really be the story of why they can't catch up or it's not enough time left in the game for them to win the game because they don't play well, they don't execute well as an offense. And Dak's excuse to me falls flat because Dak literally has had over the last 2 seasons, outside of the year he got hurt clearly, he's had a defense, he's had weapons, he's had a duo at running back, he's had a above-average O-line. For a majority of his career, he's had a elite O-line. So when are we going to start looking at Dak Prescott? Dak is not Rodgers. What does that matter? He has everything he needs on that team to win football games, and I'm not holding him to a standard of what he should be, Rodgers or Mahomes. I'm holding to the standard of I'm paying you to be my franchise quarterback. I'm paying you to win me games. I'm paying you not to lose in the first round. You hold me up for ransom in front of the entire Dallas Cowboys media. You want all this money. You want grade A money. I give you grade A money. So I expect grade A results. And you have every tool in our organization to do that. That's a fact. That's a downright fact.
He getting paid. He getting paid like an elite quarterback. He got to play like one.
I feel what y'all saying, but I don't think y'all understand what I mean by like managing the game. So the Eagles finna fall into this situation. If you really want to talk about managing the game, it's going to come a time where they have to play Jalen Hurts. Can we all agree that Jalen Hurts fits that team very well? Right? So if he continues up how he's playing right now, they go get to a point where they have to pay him $70 million. And then when you sit around and you change the whole offense and it's just like, hey, Jalen Hurts, you freestyle and win me the game, and he end up start making turnovers, so you treat him like he Patrick Mahomes and he start turning the ball over, and now we backtrack and be like, oh, bro, you trash because you're not doing what you was doing. But after we just saw him in the offense where you manage the game, you give him a little bit, you able to hit this, hey, man, you can use your little upside right here. I'm going to sprinkle in a few plays where you can use that little whatever you have on the inside of you right over the top, all of that stuff. You look and see how good he is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I understand they pay him money, but it's like, who did they have to pay at that point in time when they gave that contract? Who was they go get? Like, well, I mean, you can sit there and be like Brady, but it's only one team that he was going to go to. Like, Brady wasn't going to go to every team. So it's like, who am I going to pay? Who's available? That was the guy at that point in time that was good enough fit. They changed up the whole offense again. I just feel like it's kind of unfair to him because now it's like y'all putting other people's situations on. I can't lie. Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal, bro. I would love for every quarterback to come through and play like that, but that's just not. That's why Patrick Mahomes is what Doug call him, baby goat. It's not. That's the reason why it's not a lot of baby goats walking around.
He's top 5 all time right now, so it's a different level of standard. But bro, if you have everything you need to win, Bama, what is the excuse? He has receivers, he has running backs, he has an O-line, he has a defense that can get him turnovers. So nobody's asking him to be Patrick Mahomes, but we did pay you to be the franchise quarterback. To say is it too much of a standard to be a franchise quarterback? That doesn't make sense to me because that's what they're saying in the chat.
No, I think you're kind of being unfair with Dak because he's only made the playoffs 3 times. And the first time was in his rookie year. I think he faced Aaron Rodgers, I believe. His second time, he made it to the second round and lost to the Los Angeles Rams. And then he just lost in the first round right now. He lost to the San Francisco 49ers, who I believe was one play away from making it to the Super Bowl. So you keep complaining about him losing to the first round. But, I mean, he lost in his rookie year, and I'm not going to give him any shit for that in his rookie year. He wasn't Dak Prescott that we know now. He lost to the Los Angeles Rams where Aaron Donald and the defense they had, it's fucking phenomenal. And the San Francisco 49ers, that's amazing talent he's going up against. You can't just be like, oh, he's not making it out the first round. Why am I paying $7 million? This goes to my point. It's a team game. It's a team sport, bro. You can't sit here and see a guy doing his job, going up against a better talent and try to put all that blame on him. You feel me? I mean, it works.
Yeah, but Dak was selling, Dub. You gotta admit, he was selling, bro. He was playing some games where he was not very good, Dub. You have to agree with that. You watch he played his division. He been a duck at certain points in his career where he's not looked good, bro.
The Packers for sure. The Packers.
You look like a duck. You look like a duck versus the Packers, bro.
The Packers. Wait, what? Were you talking about the rookie year?
Yeah. Who did he face in the playoffs? I forgot.
No, he played the Packers.
He played the Packers.
I don't know if he
might have been a rookie.
I'm not finna do that because Trent up in there being gross. You talking about with the same coordinator calling plays, Jason Garrett, that y'all had to get rid of, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that because a lot of you can say it's still coaching. You can still say it's coaching now because I even have to walk back. I was real big on Kellen Moore being an offensive play caller. But sometimes that dude calls some plays. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Just run the ball real quick, bro. Like what? Like what you trying to be cute for, bro?
Extra,
that's why I say
I
like
agree with that too.
Get real gimmicky and cute sometimes. So it's like, can you just always just say Dak, man? You can call bullshit plays to J-Rod to where it's just like, damn, bro, that just everybody.
Come on, but also how many times has Dak had a 400, 300, 400-yard game and we thought he played well, but ultimately it's empty stats in the sense of we know he didn't play well for 2 full quarters or for 3 full quarters. It all got it back in one.
I think you're kind of over exaggerating that. I do think it happens, but not all the time as frequent as you're saying. And to go back to
the like in big moments. I feel like.
One of those big moments I want to address him versus the Rams. I mean, he didn't play that bad against a historic Rams defense. He had 266 yards, a TD, and no interceptions. He did his job. Ezekiel Elliott actually only had 50 yards and 2 yards per carry. That was bad. And the defense let up 17 points in the second quarter, which put them in a bad position, you know? So it's like
200 yards.
I don't disagree with that part.
So it's like, this is why I say you guys put these unrealistic expectations on guys and put pressure on them and them losing games, but not acknowledging the fact that it's a team sport and there's outside factors which leading them to lose the game than Dak, you know?
Wait, I want to address one of Bama's points because he was talking about like a game manager, and I think J-Rob was taking that in a different way. Like, I think the whole like connotation around saying game manager is kind of like it's different because I think what Bama meant is just like literally managing the game. Like game manager, we've always seen it as somebody that's like limited.
Tom Brady's a game manager. Tom Brady, he's the best game manager.
He's the greatest one ever, though. He's the greatest one ever.
That's a fact.
Tom Brady is in that mold of a game manager, but you can be elite as a game manager.
He started as a game manager, I should say.
He still is. He still has game. He still has game manager tendencies.
But he's less a game manager than he was when he started.
I would agree with that.
I think
would agree.
even and in New England, I still thought he was a game manager. Right now on the Bucks, he became airing the ball out more than
I
frequently.
don't
But
think game
But hold
manager
on, I
means
think
you're
you guys
trash, though.
hold on. I think you guys make
right, and that's
the
my
term.
point. Like,
I think you guys use the term game manager as a negative, and it's
That's
not.
what
Yeah, and it's not a negative.
That's what
No,
Nigel's
no,
saying.
it's not
Every
a
That's what
great
negative.
Nigel's
quarterback.
saying.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
great
no.
quarterback has to be able to manage.
Yeah, in fact, you
games.
got to be a game
That's an
manager at
important
some.
skill.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's an important
Nigel,
skill.
continue.
If you're going to be
Go
a
ahead,
great
Nigel.
quarterback, if you're going to be a good to great quarterback, you got to be some type of a game manager anyway.
Nigel,
And-
continue what you were saying. Yeah.
just what Tyrone was saying, like a good example of this is Josh Allen. Josh Allen always had the talent, but we didn't know if he could actually go out there and manage a game, throw with accuracy, throw with time, and throw with everything. And now we're seeing that, and now he's like, people are calling him the best in the league. Some are saying like he and Mahomes are like 1A, 1B. So
Yeah.
adding that to your game is really what elevates you, and you can be
Yeah.
elite in that role. Another thing I want to bring up though, J-Rob, with you were talking about Dak and how he'd like throw for 300 yards, 400 yards, but they'd kind of be like empty stats because they'd already be down by like
2
20 or whatever.
touchdowns. Yeah,
Something like that. But I think that was more applicable when their defense was not good. When their defense was like back in 20, I want to say it was 2020 before he got hurt, because that was the big thing. I remember they played Seattle, they played Cleveland when Odell went stupid on them.
Yeah, Odell went dumb. I remember that game.
Oh well, yeah, the one in Dallas.
That was the only
So,
time
like,
him and Baker Mayfield could connect.
ever look good. Yeah.
Ever look good.
Yeah, but then I think that was back when that defense, because they gave up 48 points, something ridiculous like that. But last year we saw the defense actually come. We saw Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, all these guys, and that wasn't happening to the extent. Like, as a matter of fact, they were kind of blowing out teams early in the regular season, and I think the loss that they had against the 49ers kind of took away from that because Dak wasn't up to par, the defense wasn't up to par, so then that kind of took away from the season that they had as a total. And that's kind of why I want to see the rest of the season to see if it's the same as we saw in 2021 or if it's like the same as what Cooper Rush was bringing us. So.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all.
No, that was
being
a good point.
Being a game manager is not a slack, because like you said, you have to be a game manager to win games.
And we bring them around one step at a time.
It's a lot of quarterbacks that can't manage a game, and that's why they don't be successful.
Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the perfect example. He has all the talent in the world. He has pretty much all the talent in the world. He cannot manage a game to save his life, and that's why you got people calling him bad, which he is. Because
he's a duck. He's a duck. He's a duck. He's a duck.
Even farther back, Jay Cutler, he couldn't manage.
He was a duck too.
Cutler.
He was a duck too.
Way back too. Like
Sam Bradford was a duck.
Jay Cutler had all the tools, and he just couldn't manage the game at all.
I was another duck.
And J-Rob, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, I know I'm an Eagles guy and I'm a fan, but they use Jalen Hurts way more of a game manager than Dak Prescott, because at the end of the day, what the Eagles are doing, they're doing a tremendous job of not having Jalen Hurts make the big throws all the time. They're doing a lot of short passes, some bubble screens, running with him or Miles Sanders, and they're really not trying to have him with the ball in his hands, which is a good thing to do, because I think I feel as if they do open up that playbook and try to have him play like this superstar that he's been showing that he's been doing in the first 5 to 6 weeks, then that's going to be a detrimental to the team and it's going to mess up the flow.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this though. I do think Jalen Hurts has been game managing games for sure. Been able to play within the flow of his offense, do what Sarkisian has asked him to do. What has also made Jalen Hurts one of the front runners for the MVP?
His legs.
The playmaking, the things that he's had. When at the end of the day, we could all agree to this. Every play, even though you can game manage, you have a first, second, third read, plays are going to break down. You're going to have to figure it out, be mobile, whether you're running for 10 yards, find an open receiver. You have to be able to play off script. And I think that's what makes some of the guys, the greatest quarterback, great. I think that's what made Aaron Rodgers so great. Russell Wilson, because they were able to play off script.
Patrick Mahomes.
Can I pause you guys for a second? Because I see a lot of guys getting a lot of Jay Cutler hate.
I thought you hated Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler had all.
I want to be clear. I want to be clear because like Trent is like, oh, he's trash, and guys are like, he's butt. Let's be very clear about who Jay Cutler was. Jake Cutler was a quarterback who literally could make every single throw.
Every throw.
Take your favorite quarterback, and I guarantee you he had a stronger arm and more accurate arm than your quarterback. He was also mobile. The problem with Jake Cutler was twofold. One, go back and look how many different QB coaches he had and how many offensive coordinators. And I've talked to many head coaches who will tell you, and Trent, you can go ask your dad, if you give a quarterback a revolving door of quarterback coaches and offensive coordinators, it messes with their head. Don't forget, he also had to play under Mike Martz, who made him get sacked about 8,000 times under that crazy. He was trying to put the greatest show on turf offense in Chicago.
PTSD
didn't work. The second part about Jake Cutler was he wasn't a game manager because he was so talented. His ego was the size of a planet, and he thought, "Oh, I can make every throw, so I'm gonna." The problem was he tried to slide it into a triple team, and it would get intercepted because he wasn't a game manager. He wasn't smart enough to know. Oops. So that's my point. Is separate because you guys love skill and talent. Dude was one of the most skilled and talented arms you've ever seen in football. He just had a 2-cent head. It didn't go with his $1 million arm.
He definitely had the bet.
You need to match the skill and talent.
You got to match those two. A guy with a lesser arm and a better brain will do better.
He definitely had one of the best arms you'll ever see on a quarterback.
He was a duck, bro. He was an absolute.
But he never threw one.
Nobody.
No, yeah, that's a fact.
No, and that's a fact.
That's
he was
a fact.
A duck, bro. He was a duck, man.
No, you're not lying. But what Fluent said is true too. He definitely had one of the best arms you ever saw.
Bro, he had no insanity, bro. He's the only quarterback that I know that didn't have no like insanity for the position, bro. Like he didn't to me have a screw loose to be great, bro. Like I think he was just so
you gotta be.
Yeah, he was safe.
Comfortable. He was comfortable. He was, bro. Like that's.
I think with football, you have to be crazy. Like
you got to be somewhat crazy to play football anyway.
Like that dude just went to his farm.
I mean, look at me and Bama, bro. We might be the two most special on the show. That's a fact, bro.
No, that's a fact.
That's a
fact.
fact.
Yeah, special.
Because y'all play football, y'all got a different, brain work.
Different mentality,
bro.
Yeah. Sometimes I drew out my mouth when I play Madden, dog. I'd be like, damn.
Yo, I do that too.
Bro, like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm crying,
There's
bro.
no way.
Nah, real shit though.
Yo, straight up. I know you said I'm your favorite panelist. Bama's my favorite.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That shit be real, bro.
That's great.
Yeah, motherfuckers is me and this motherfucker be up here acting like two nuts. So shit.
But that's what you gotta do in order.
But I agree, and that's why I don't think Jay Cutler was good. Like he don't have bro. Even Andrew Luck was a little crazy, bro. As smart as Andrew Luck was, you ever watch Andrew Luck do an interview?
Nah, don't talk about Andrew Luck like that.
Andrew Luck's still farming his wife right now, bro.
He
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
Andrew Luck was dumb nice.
Andrew
Luck
was the truth. I just
he was dope. Yeah,
I think Jay Cutler wasn't a yes man. I can't get over that sound bite he had. Mike Martz called a play, and like I'm talking about, bro, he yells to the sideline, said, "Hey, tell Mike I said fuck you." Like, bro, after they called the play, literally after they called a play, he said, "Hey, Mike, fuck you." Like, I'm just like, dog, he is just not a yes man, bro. Like, it is some QBs like that. I mean, shit, dog, like. He just not gonna take no shit, bro. Like,
but he did have a talent though. He did have
even Lane Kiffin told Nick Saban, "Fuck you." I remember that shit vividly.
He made him
going off. Like Lane Kiffin told him, "Bro, fuck you." Like,
listen, Jay ended up as a mid quarterback, but I will always love Jay Cutler.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not. I feel so bad for the Colts. I feel so bad for the Colts organization because they finally got all the pieces necessary to win.
And they need
as soon as they got the pieces, they have been going through quarterback controversy after quarterback controversy.
Hey, you don't think they on his phone right now?
They need to be on his phone.
I think a lot of teams on his phone, bro.
Dog,
how old is he now?
Andrew Luck for
he's
2 years.
33, I think.
Bro, he
No. Don't
retired
bring him back to
before-
the game. Don't bring him back.
He
Man,
retired
y'all saw
before
Andrew.
30.
That dude skinny as hell. That ain't the same.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
he's
Oh,
not.
my.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not.
he's not in
That
football.
man,
I haven't
not
seen
too-
him.
he's
that
not
man,
6'5",
a happy
250
family
no more.
man, dog.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah,
if
he's
you
chilling.
if you listen to that dude talk about his family, like he a dad, bro. Like he a full-time family man, dog. Like that
Yeah,
dude.
You see how some
He's
football
family
players
bring
like they
joy.
try to stay in shape. They try to
Yeah.
stay in shape and like.
Yeah, he's
they
done.
forget
He's
Just in
about
like, I'm
case.
out.
He's
Yeah,
done.
he said, I'm
He's
out.
done.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
he took all the weights out his house as soon as he quit.
yeah, he's not.
Facts.
As soon as
Like,
he
he was
walked
like,
out that stadium when they was booing him.
like,
About-
get rid of
They was
this
doing it,
shit
like,
now.
Yeah, his wife was throwing them joints away as he was making the speech.
As he was
Yeah,
fat.
Yeah, she was lifting it 4 5 and everything. She just moving it.
Yeah, get them shits out of here. And it was funny too. The Colts, I think, was paying him up until 21, right?
Yeah, they just got done paying.
They just paid him that bread. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's good. Yeah, he's chilling, bro. He's
To transition to our next topic, we're gonna get into the Baltimore Ravens. They've been struggling recently. Everything's not really clicking the way it should. I know they beat the Browns, but they beat the Browns by a small margin. They did lose to the Giants as well. 3-3 right now. I want to know what your guys' takes on the Ravens, how you feel about them, Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the way to go with these guys?
I think they're good. I think they're really good. I just think like they're the only team. I saw this stat. They're them and the Eagles. They're the only team they've led by 10 in every game. Like that's a hard thing to do. They've led by 10 in everything. Now the problem is they sold 3 of those games. They sold against the Giants, they sold against the Dolphins, and they sold against Buffalo, right? So once they figure out, and I don't think it's some crazy science that they have to do. They just have to. Their whole brand is running the ball. Their whole brand is running the ball. They need their own linemen to play better because I don't think their O-line has been as good as it needs to be. J.K. Dobbins, they need their running backs to be healthy, but they're kind of built to play with a lead and run the ball out and win the game. So
they don't do it.
Kind of weird me out that they're not doing it, that they're selling. They should be the one team that don't sell lead in theory because they're so run heavy with Greg Roman
and time of possession,
Jackson,
bro. You have the you're one of the best time of possession teams in football, bro. Like
I feel like they just lost the game and they had the ball the whole game.
Ooh, what game was that? I think I know. Yeah,
let me check.
I think the biggest problem with the Ravens, one, is it's not even about just like running the ball. They can't finish a football game right now. Like it's hard for them to finish games. It's not, and it's clear that they go up, they take their foots off the gas instead of curb stomping whoever they're playing. They give these teams talent. I mean, time to come back and win, and that's bullshit. And I have to hold Lamar to the fire. I defend him a lot, but I'm going to hold him to the fire too. He has to finish games, bro. He be selling sometimes because at the end of the day, bro, in certain games when they played, when they went for it, and he threw that pick in the back of the end zone, bro. At the end of the day, you either got to score the ball, throw the check down or whatever to get it to the end zone, or throw it out of the back of the end zone so they get the ball to 2 yards.
I can't blame that one on him. I can't blame that one on him.
No, I'm not blaming it on him. I'm blaming the decision to throw it into the end zone. It's a lot more on him. He should have just
threw it out of bounds.
On
the game managing level. So, like,
I agree, but the worst
when they missing them wide open passes
position
and stuff like that.
Bro.
I'll say that Lamar been missing a lot of open
I'm about to
passes.
go crazy.
He been missing a lot of open passes, bro. So I'll say from a game managing level, he's been messing up. Sometimes he do try to do too much, but I mean, also that comes with not having a true number one receiver.
I agree with
feeling
that
like
too.
you got to put the cape on.
Also, that defense still saying that because his receivers playing good, man.
That defense, but no, they playing good. They playing good, but I feel like how Lamar is playing, he playing like he feel like he still got to do too much and he don't. You know what I'm saying?
He's
like
Superman.
So wouldn't that be a him problem?
That's kind of. I think that's a
but also I can feel like that's because he don't have a true number one. What I mean by a true number one, like
I get what you're saying.
A D-Hop is somebody that demand that outside love. Like, hey, bro, throw it to me. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no demanding receiver, shall I say?
But the way you kind of worded it, the way you were saying it was like, okay, he don't trust them. But they've been showing up for him too, though.
Yeah, that's not the case, Ron. What Ben was trying to say is like he just said it earlier, bro. It's a difference from having a Rashad Bateman and a Devin Duvernay to lean on than a D-Hop and a Devin Duvernay.
Or
That's a
You're
fact.
always gonna have that one guy,
Yeah.
or Stephon Diggs.
So he
Because
does.
you
He
always
need a
have that
name.
one guy
He need a name.
to take the pressure off.
Shit,
He
even
needed
Justin
James
Herbert
to be the
got
guy
a
to
name.
take some of the pressure off.
Yeah. So he need a name. He just need a name.
The problem is you need a
Everybody-
guy that on any down you can line him up 1-on-1. If it's 3rd and 8, I need you to get 8 yards from me. Run this comeback, run this whatever, and you have that because you got that out of Diggs, Keenan Allen, even Mahomes with Kelsey. Like they don't always line up Kelsey as a traditional tight end. He play in that slot. They line him up because they know if I need 8 yards, he got to get to the sticks. He got that. But I don't want to call Lamar Superman because I do think he got a little right now Superman complex.
That's a fact.
But I don't think that's his fault. I blame that on.
I kind of don't think it is. Yeah,
I blame that on Harbaugh and company because let's be real about his career, fellas. How many times in Lamar Jackson's career was there a 4th and 3, a 4th and 4, where they draw up a play and then really the play is Lamar, we need 4 yards. If you don't got if the read ain't there, run, do what you got to do to get us them 4 yards. So they've allowed him to just kind of improv a lot throughout the start of his career. And I think that is what's got him. Let's be real. That's what's got him where it's gotten him this year. That's a fact.
So this year, yeah.
And I think that's fall. And I think that sometimes falls back into almost like a habit. Like, yeah, the defense fucked up, but we got 2
And
minutes
he's trying
left.
to
Lamar.
get paid too.
Yeah, Lamar, you got to do this.
He's trying to prove himself. That's what it is.
The pressure, whether he wants to admit it or not, Dub, the pressure on his back right now to make sure he performs for that contract that he feels like he deserves. He feels it. He may not act like he feels it because I would feel it, bro. Everybody would in that situation.
This kind of goes back to what Doug was saying though about these crazy expectations for a quarterback.
But he put those expectations on himself. Now.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with
say, "Oh, he deserves an out for that." Those are the expectations that he wanted. So he has.
But let me ask you.
It's not about. Hold on, wait. Let me tell. It's not about giving him an out for that, but it's also understanding circumstances. I could sit here and acknowledge and have an opinion about a quarterback by separating them from the situation they're a part of. I can know that this isn't the full extent of Lamar Jackson's abilities because of all of these outside circumstances. It's not really giving him out. I could agree with you. He put that pressure on himself. But if I'm analyzing him as a player, I have to include all these factors because that's the most accurate. That's the most accurate way to view somebody, in my opinion. You have to add the detail. You have to add the context.
I don't disagree with that.
So let me
I don't
ask
disagree with that at all. I just feel like, you got to preference that because, we got fans, bro. We've made takes. So, people will hold you to the fire of like the history of your takes here. So you got to.
Quick question too. I want to see how y'all feel about this, bro. I just want to put this out on the air, bro. That defense really got to step the fuck up, bro.
That's a
lot of the leads. Y'all can say he sold at the end of that Bills game.
I've been saying that shit.
They was up 19-20. I mean, 20-3. I love Tua to death. But it's no fucking way he's supposed to throw 4 TDs and
hell no. Hell
it's not. That was
28. No, that's OD.
That was absurd. Listen, that was
OD, bro. Like so. I mean, yeah, true. Lamar, we could say he got to step up X, Y, and Z. But come on, dog. Like,
but let me ask y'all a question.
Now.
Let me ask y'all a question, though, right? So, say they pay how much does he want? Like, guaranteed
230,
230, right? So let's say they pay him the 230. How do they then go about getting him a number 1 receiver?
They was never doing it to begin with, Rome, and it don't even matter.
That's the problem.
To me, go get your bag now because they haven't made it a priority ever. So why worry about it? Why care now?
They freaking had got a 35-year-old Deshaun Jackson, bro.
Yeah, like Rome, they never made it a priority.
I mean, Deshaun Jackson is a deep threat, but he's not a number 1 receiver.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not again.
Like, bro, and the thing is, my question is, I don't understand how Baltimore has not been linked to Odell Beckham. Like
he don't want to go. He don't want to go. He don't want to go play there.
He don't want to go there.
They don't want to pay him that Mike Gallup contract.
OBJ is in a position where what's the one thing he really wants to do? I know he got a Super Bowl ring.
He don't want to go play in that cold with that knee.
He wants to listen. He wants to play and finish a Super Bowl and win. So he's going to pick and choose. That's why he's been linked to Buffalo. That's why
Buffalo, Kansas City.
Kansas City and Buffalo,
look like they winning it, so I hope you don't want to go there.
Who?
Packers. They don't look like.
Oh hell no.
Hell
They
no.
don't look like. Come on.
But Buffalo, Kansas City. That's why he's
Buffalo or Kansas City,
Yeah.
and depending on the Rams record, he might go back there.
He might go back. Yeah, he might go back there.
That's
Hey,
They
Ben.
might need him.
Hey, Ben,
but the Ravens would highly benefit right now off an Odell Beckham
because
trade.
dude don't get open.
right now.
Because Allen
100%.
Robinson don't know how to get open, bro.
Why
Hey, Ben.
the Ravens would benefit from having an Allen Robinson right now, bro? I promise you they would.
Yeah, they would. But I need to address
Right
something
now,
Bama
yeah.
said. Like, I kind of feel as if the defense hasn't been played perfect, but I don't think they have been playing that bad. For the Dolphins game, I could agree 100%. It was uncalled for. But then the Buffalo Bills game, I think they did their job. I mean, by the end of the first half, it was 20-10, and they only scored 13 points after that. And that was with the Ravens offense only having like three plays per drive, 5 yards per drive. Like that was consistently happening throughout the game. Then the Giants game, they were doing their best in the second half, but what led to a TD late in the fourth quarter was Lamar Jackson throwing an interception, which gave
That game he
the
sold.
Giants
That
field
game he
position.
sold.
So
Yeah, that
I
Giants
do
game he
think,
sold.
I do think that the Ravens defense is kind of getting the short end of the stick because I think they've been playing well. It's just they've been put in bad positions in some of those losses.
I
Apart
think
from the
the
Dolphins
Dolphins
game,
game
the
is
Dolphins
just
game was
too-
wild. The Dolphins
it's
game
just-
was there was no excuse. There was no.
Right.
excuse for the
I don't
Dolphins
think that
game.
defense has been that great. I gotta kind of agree with that. I'm not saying it's been phenomenal though, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like that defense is a top tier level unit right now. To me, they are like a middle of the pack unit. They don't really
I
seem
still
like
think they're
good.
top 10.
They have a no. I think they're top 10 in terms of the talent on the defense. There's no question marks about the talent, but they gotta that shit. They have too many like guys on that defense for them to play the way they be playing sometimes, bro. Like in all honesty, they got talent, bro.
I wish I had the stats. If somebody find me the stats for like passing and rushing defense, please find that for me. But I really do think they're not doing that bad of a job at all.
Who is that?
I
Who you
re-
talking about?
the
Ravens.
Ravens.
Baltimore.
I still think they're performing at a top
No,
10 level.
if
They
you
can't be blowing them leads, bro. They can't.
That's
If
what
you
I'm
look-
saying.
Yeah,
But
if you
both
look
of them,
good
bad,
defense.
both
it
of
won't be
them,
that
though.
bad. But when you look at situational,
Yes.
that's where they haven't been able to get their stops when they need them.
Yes.
And that's
I just went through
Like
the
I feel like their
situation.
defense through the
I
first
just-
3 quarters be really, really good. Then
Facts.
that fourth quarter,
I just
it's
went.
horrible.
I just went through
Yes.
the situations though. There was a couple times where Lamar Jackson being unable and incapable to move the ball down the field, which led to them letting up some points, and of course, especially going up against the Buffalo Bills
And Peters
then
be
the New
getting
York
front.
Giants. Yeah, then the New York Giants. Lamar Jackson threw a key interception, which cost them the game, and then led to so the situation. The offense is more a reason why they're losing in those situations from the defense.
Yo,
We're just looking at
fine.
yards per game. It's been like, I think it's 23rd in yards per game. Yeah, so
Mhm.
not very good.
I think they're the 22nd ranked defense in the league.
Yeah, man. Them
I'm looking
fourth
at
quarter.
Passing has been bad. It's
Yo,
been very bad.
Dub, man, why aren't you consistent? If his defense isn't good, then it's not his fault. Just like Justin Herbert, why aren't you consistent?
I don't think it's Lamar
Why
Jackson.
you just blame the offense? You said it's the offense.
I'm saying no, I'm not. Wait,
but you
Fluent,
said they're
wait,
but you
wait,
said they're a
stop,
top 10
stop.
defense. Statistically, they're the
No, wait,
22nd best defense in the
Fluent.
NFL.
I just went
They
by
17.
hold on, man. I just went by the play-by-plays for you and put in the
Yeah,
situation.
but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because with Justin
What?
Herbert, you just look at their ranking. You say they were ranked 17th.
That's true too. That's
I
true
know,
too.
but
You didn't look at the
Fluent.
situations with the
No,
Chargers. I'm
Fluent.
just curious why you're not being consistent.
Uh-oh.
no, I am
You
being
monologue
consistent. Let
about
me tell you why I'm being
consistency.
consistent.
You wrote me a letter about
Uh-oh. That's why
No,
Najee made
I'm
that
gonna
face.
tell
He feels
All
that.
right,
He
can
feels
I
that.
rebuttal what you're saying?
Let
before you
him
just
let
start
him
talking?
rebuttal, y'all.
Jesus
Let him
Christ.
go.
No, I'd rather
Because
not.
I never said because that's the only way you win this fucking argument. If I'm gonna sit here and tell you, I would sit here and tell you I did not completely absolve Justin Herbert of not being able to win games in some certain situations. All I was highlighting the fact, don't put all this blame on this guy for not making the playoffs when his defense is a key part on why they're losing games. That's all
Okay.
I said.
And now you just said Lamar Jackson. It's the offense's fault that they're losing games when they have the 22nd ranked
No,
defense.
we're talking
You can't
about
stop teams in the fourth quarter. I'm
we're
trying
talking,
to make.
no, we're
I'm trying
talking
to make.
about
But Dub,
we're
but
talking.
Dub,
I said the reasons on why they lost 2 games. I gave you the fucking. I gave you the Dolphins. I gave you the Dolphins.
I agree. I
Nah,
agree with Dub though.
Bama, I gave
watched
you
it.
the Dolphins. I gave you the Dolphins game. That
Mhm.
was on the defense.
Mhm.
Then I said for the 2 other games, I said that was part of just what's his name, Lamar Jackson,
Lamar Jackson.
It
not
was a
being
part of
able
both.
to situation. That's 2 games. So what are you talking about?
Okay,
There's
so
games-
But he's- what he-
games-
what- well, what
There's
he's saying
games that Justin Herbert blew
Hold on.
too. I'm not
Let me-
gonna.
let me
completely
just-
Oh,
let me-
ignore
okay.
that.
let me
Okay,
try to
you consistent.
let me try to
Justin,
put in perspective. I think for what Fluent is trying to say is, yes, every time we've ever criticized Justin Herbert on this platform, you and many other people who have been up here have always said the biggest excuse was his defense. I have even personally said, and have asked you to your face, how many games situationally where really Justin Herbert could have bailed y'all out, but it didn't happen because he didn't play the best 2 minutes or that stretch of the game. You usually say, well, the defense isn't shit. Legitimately, the Ravens defense is the 22nd defense in the NFL. And you're defending, and I'm not saying, but you're bringing up the offense to say it's not all on the defense. And I think that's why Fluent is bringing that up.
Well,
because when y'all talk about Justin Herbert, y'all will only mention that 32-ranked defense, not that they had winnable games.
Not oh my God, I'm calling you J-Rob. It was for Justin Herbert, right? The games in which you brought up, it was high scoring games where Justin Herbert was matching the lack of defense that was happening. Lamar Jackson for these last 2 games, it's only 24 and 23 points. That's not a high scoring game.
But didn't you tell me like anything over 23 points or something like that?
30,
what was that
30,
stat?
30.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like 20 something.
We're consistent. Let's go.
I had to ask. No, I'm
head
asking.
on the
I'm
spike.
asking.
Head on the
Nah,
spike.
You didn't put me on the spike, bro.
Head on the spike. All
don't
y'all.
do that. Don't do that. You didn't put me on the spike, bro.
That
wasn't a spike, bro.
Dev, you be dragging it, bro.
Yeah, you dragged it with that.
You know I love Lamar. You know, nobody love Lamar how I love Lamar. You know what I'm saying? But that New York Giants game, bro, he missed a few throws. That's what I'm saying. Forrest managing the game. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's what people don't realize when I say manage a game. So it's certain situations where you can keep your defense off the field. And if you miss those certain plays, bro, you put your defense back out there in a certain situation where his defense just got them boys off the field. So it's your turn to keep the chains moving. You go 3 and out by missing a wide open receiver.
Give them a break.
They watching the game, J-Rob. You know this, bro. That kind of deflate that lowers your morale to see your offense or your quarterback miss a wide open receiver.
I don't disagree.
We got to go back out there.
I don't disagree with
I'll
you.
give you one. I know one for a fact. He blew it that Giants game.
Yeah, no, I'll give it to you. I've even said it. I said it up here earlier. Lamar, his biggest thing is sometimes he try to be Superman too much. Like the Giants game, that is you was doing too much, bro.
That last
turnover,
Danny Dimes.
That last interception versus the Dolphins, where he threw that pick in the end zone, that's probably the worst thing he could have did in that situation. That was a product of you doing too much. You did too much.
Have you guys watched a lot of Ravens this season?
They've been on the Buffalo channel all the time. So
because I gotta say, there's so much blame to go around. I know I mean, Lamar, the defense, coaching, the receivers, the running game. There's issues everywhere on that team.
I think they're 4-3 and have led every game.
Still where they are.
But the thing is, people are not willing to put that into context.
Fair.
That's a fact.
Because everyone wants to pick their. Listen, if you don't like Lamar, you're going to blame Lamar.
Oh, but y'all had on here last week want to blame Lamar for everything.
Yeah, it was OD.
Right.
Floyd, I think you're.
Oh my God.
And we bring him up here, and we bring him up here weekly to do that for ratings.
Floyd, you're definitely right. Floyd, you're definitely right that
Lamar and Derek
blame this go around. They do have a problem with finishing games.
Yeah,
that's the whole team. The whole team has a problem.
That's a fact.
The whole team has that problem.
And the problem is, the only thing that scares me about that is that might become the personality of that team, and that would be the issue. When you start when a team starts to have a trend, when you start having a trend of something, it becomes your identity throughout a season. Like every time we up with a lead, we can't manage it.
Think about it.
That becomes a mental thing for that team. They need to handle that before it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
A big it's already looking like
Chargers.
Is it not already a problem?
Yeah, it is, bro. It is. It already is.
Starting to be a problem.
That's the Chargers and that's the Falcons, right? What do we know?
It happened what 3 times already?
The Falcons always dropping big leads, right? And that's now become the personality. The Chargers, with Phillip Rivers for a decade, actually longer than a decade. It was always close game, bad kicker, bad field goal, missed this, and they would lose.
The Bills, wide right.
Wide right.
Bills for a while too. Yeah, couldn't get right.
Yeah,
the Ravens got to get right because that the way they just giving up these leads, I'm telling you, week 10, 11, it is uncalled for. But by week 10, 11, if that's not corrected, that's who that team is. That's who they're gonna.
It's gonna sit with them for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's what they're gonna think about it every game. Oh my God, we're up 10. We're
and
up
then
15,
once you start thinking about it,
and then
it's over.
It happens again.
It's gonna become a mental. They gotta cut that shit soon.
Y'all ready for little power rankings and block boys of the weeks, and
Yeah, let's
Ben
do
was
it.
a little running back. Fluent, do you have a list?
No, I don't have a list.
Okay. So
Who's
Ben,
up
you
first?
ready? Ben, I got Ben.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Ben's block boys of the
Bengals
week, man.
offense.
Damn,
Yeah.
not even just Joe Burrow,
Everything.
just the whole offense.
It's the whole offense.
Yeesh.
It was the whole offense because like the Bengals, man, like Joe Burrow, dude's looking good right now. I gotta give him credit when credit's due. He's looking good. And then
Before you go to number 2, Ben, can I just say for the fantasy lovers out there, do you know that of the top 5 scorers in fantasy this week, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd all finished in the top 5, just regardless of position.
Yes.
Top 5 fantasy scorers, 3 of the 5 from that Bengals offense. Great pick, Ben.
Hey,
Great.
let me ask y'all a question real quick. So when Joe Burrow is upright, meaning when he's not getting sacked and stuff, is he a top 5 quarterback?
When he's upright, yeah.
Wait, what was your question?
When Joe Burrow is not getting sacked, is he a top 5 quarterback?
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
He's looking like. I mean, there's no. This year he's played like a top 5 quarterback. Like there's no.
Well,
like,
last year he was great too.
The Steelers game really is like messing up his like the way his numbers are gonna look because that game was awful. Since then, he's been like. I don't want to say he's been up there with Mahomes and Allen, but if there's someone right under them, it's him.
Yo, gotta get that boy his due, man.
Who you got right now? Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert?
Joe Burrow.
Joe
I
Burrow.
said that. I've been said that.
I can't put a dude up there that he did nothing.
Ben, hold on, wait, Ben. I'm disappointed in you, very, because I don't care. I don't care because this is my thing. I don't care who you have. I've always gave pushback to be the middle guy, but you've been riding Herbert heavy. He's battling injuries and his wide receivers is hurt, and for you to just sit here and be like, "Nah, Joe Burrow better." That is crazy.
Crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah, because Ben, listen. I was watching that episode. When y'all was talking about Joe Burrow. I mean, not Joe Burrow. Justin Herbert was top 5, and I was going crazy in the comments because I'm like, dude, ain't won nothing.
And that don't matter to them, Ron. It don't matter.
Don't matter to some people.
Matter to them, bro.
So
that
when it
matter
doesn't matter, they just want to participate.
Hold on.
No, that shit doesn't matter to them, bro. It doesn't.
Hold on. So I'm wrong for saying Joe Burrow is better than Herbert right now.
No, you're not. You're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're
it's
not
just
wrong.
funny coming from you. That's all.
But the stance, this is my thing, right?
Calm,
No, stand your fucking ground, man.
You gotta
if you want to stand us, like
Yeah.
if you're gonna stand
that.
on it, you put the reasonings. This guy has no wide receivers, right? Because I could put up the talking points easily. He has no wide receivers. He's battling some rib injuries. The defense ain't hold. I'm not gonna hold it because that's what's holding him back. You want to say Joe Burrow is better? That's cool. But Justin Herbert's still top 6, top 7 in my eyes. I don't give a damn. You feel me? So that's my point. But you was going on this hill and this cliff that he was better than Justin Herbert. Stand on that shit, man. Stand on it.
And you called Joe Burrow overrated, bro. You said he was overrated.
That was before the season.
Hey, he got new information and he changed his mind.
That's right.
That's true. Hey, no.
And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for that, man. Because you was making me angry.
This is the best
I ain't gonna lie.
This is the best
I like this. I don't know who you are, dude. I like this dude.
My dude, bro.
Ben,
bring him back, Dub. Bring him back.
Ron's an OG, man. He's been there since the clubhouse days. But Ben, continue.
Oh yeah. Josh Jacobs number 2. They do right now. They do looking like a top 5 running back in the league. So
that's a fact.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back a little bit again here. When I told you guys at the beginning of the season, those weapons on the Raiders offense are going to open up some running lanes. And Dub said, "You're crazy. What are you talking about? He stinks. He's mid." And I said, "Watch, he's going to have some opportunities." Now
I told you he was A tier. I told you.
Now that you're using him, look what's happening.
He's playing like he's A tier.
Last year ain't looking too good.
Last year he looked
you. He had 1,000 yards every year.
No, Josh Jacobs is playing. He's playing out of his mind right now. He's playing like a dog right now.
We've never we can think he was A tier even before that. He hasn't played like this.
I'm not gonna
lie.
lie.
He had 1,000 yards every year with a shit O line. Like it was only
right now he's on pace to have what? Right now, he's on pace to probably have like 1,600.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
He's
surprised.
on a crazy
I
pace right
didn't
now.
think Josh Jacobs was like that. I think he had
Josh
that
Me
one
Jacobs
neither.
good
been
year.
like
Me
that,
neither.
bro.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
had that
thought he
one
was
good
nice.
year, and then afterwards it was like kind of up. But hey, man, I'm glad he's.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
He only been in the league 3 years. And he had 1,000 yards all 3 years.
Called it.
He had the talent. It just
Ben. Oh, I like this one, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, go ahead, Ben.
Come on.
I like this
Kenneth
one.
Walker, bro. Kenneth Walker, man.
Kenneth Walker season.
I want to say, before I say this, prayers up to Breece Hall. I think if he was still playing, he would have got Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Kenneth Walker's next up, bro. Kenneth Walker's next up to get it. So I hope my boy get it.
Breece. We miss you.
But for number 4, I got
You miss you, Breece Hall.
I miss you, Breece Hall.
Calm down, bro. Calm down.
For number 4, I got Daniel Jones. He been playing good right now. I gotta give him credit.
Danny Dimes putting it together.
Yeah, he's a good game manager. Although the Giants going to lose next week when we play them, overhyped Giants.
Hey, they about to beat y'all though, low key though.
Yeah, low key.
Seahawks is winning that game against the Giants, bro.
Ooh.
We'll see. And that's
For sure.
the only.
I think the Giants might pull it out.
I think Geno Smith is gonna have a Heisman moment on y'all ass.
Didn't
moment. Hey.
Gonna have a Heisman moment on their ass.
somebody got hurt on the Seahawks. I can't remember who.
DK Metcalf.
Metcalf. Yeah, Metcalf.
He's gonna miss a few weeks, I think.
And for number,
I think the Seahawks is the best comp for them right now.
Yeah, that's a
so
fact.
far.
Kenneth Walker looked like a top 10 back already. I swear, he looks good already. Like with some people, you don't really see all that. Like,
and for number 5, I got the Chiefs receivers, man. Juju looking good. I think he had like 124
Juju
yards. He was looking good.
He was looking good. He was looking good.
You know, he is looking good. He is
Hardman,
looking good. Yeah, he is.
Hardman, and then Scantling. Them boys were doing good, man. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, Dub to rebuttal to that about me switching up. If I would have mentioned that about the Chargers, they they only got Mike Williams, they had all these injuries and stuff. I would have felt like, oh, it would have been excuses. It would have been excuses.
That's why you battle through the fire, man. I don't care. Battle through the fire.
Ben want this easy road to the top, nigga.
Too nice, bro. Damn nice, bro.
Come in the cesspool with us.
You need to join the. We need to make you a CTE boy, bro. You need to pop a screw in your head, bro.
Listen, Ben. You don't think I know how crazy my stances be? You don't think I know how wild my shit be? I don't care. I'ma stand on my shit.
That's a fact, bro.
Hey, Dub know he going viral the night before.
You said what?
Come on, bro.
Dub know he going viral the night before.
On
yeah, bro.
I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that, Ben.
I gotta stand on it, bro. You gotta stand with it, man. 10
All
toes.
the Chargers got to do, man. Cause there goes to make the playoffs. If Herbert make the playoffs, he in my top 5. That's all right. He in my top 5.
Just the playoffs?
Just the playoffs.
That was their goal.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I ain't mad at you. It's your top 5, but yo.
J-Rob, you ready?
Did I give you my? Did you get? Oh yeah, I sent it to Ron. Did Ron send it to you?
I got it.
Oh, bet. Yeah, I'm ready. Come on, let's do it. Power rankings of the week. You feel me? Here
let's
we go.
get it, Big Josh Allen.
Let me see. Is there anything crazy on here? I mean,
dang it,
Justin Fields made an appearance. That game Monday night. I mean, he deserves an appearance.
Not even top 10. Not even top 10.
Not even top 10. I don't want to.
Y'all don't think Daniel Jones should be higher?
No. I'm not jacking.
He's good at 9.
Daniel Jones is good at 9.
You think Tua played a better game than Justin Herbert last week?
But I put Justin.
They were both not very good.
They weren't really both very good.
It wasn't really impressive.
They weren't very good.
Hey, Tua came out on fire with that.
The only reason I gave
Patty Melt brain though.
I gave Tua 7. I gave
he
Tua
came out on fire though. That first half.
That first drive, he was cooking.
I gave Tua. I was moving Tua in his comeback.
But if you compare the full game, even Bama, if you compare the full game, you got Tua had a better game than Justin Fields.
I'd say Fields.
Did Geno have a better game than Joe Burrow?
I think Fields. Yo, stop hating. concussion. He came off a concussion, man.
Yeah, but
blind.
He came off a concussion, and he won the game.
We're judging how he played.
Bro, Fluent, I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
You're
he
not
did.
wrong.
Did Geno have a better game than Joe Burrow?
No, I think
I
Justin Fields.
I think Justin Fields had one of the best games of all the quarterbacks in terms of just like stats, how he played, for sure. But he ain't never been on that
Give him his
list.
love. It might be
And
his only
I gotta
shot
give
up
him-
there.
His love is that his love is being there.
All right.
His love is being there.
I
can't put him over Josh. I can't put him over Patrick. I can't put him over Jalen. Like, honestly, Geno Smith has a case to really be in that
Lamar
top 3 range.
should be lower.
So I'm gonna just go by. I could
Oh,
give
Lamar's
Joe
at
Burrow.
6. Yeah.
I could give Joe Burrow some work. I could bring Lamar a little bit
Hey,
lower.
Kirk Cousins like 6-1 right now, or
Kirk
5-1.
Cousins, I'm gonna give him 8.
That's what I'm
Minnesota
saying. Daniel Jones got to be higher, bro.
Minnesota is so
I'm not-
lucky.
I'm
that
not
they
gonna
only
lie,
have
bro.
one more
I
time
can't give
game.
Daniel Jones too much higher because.
Come on, bro. I
If he
know.
beat-
I get it.
look, if
Not
he
in no
beat-
power
but
ranking.
you gotta put it.
Not in no power ranking. Not in
If
a
this
power-
is
yo,
a
Daniel
week
Jones,
to
if
week
this was-
ranking,
Yeah, like I just can't for a power ranking. I can't give Daniel Jones higher than 9. If they beat the Seahawks,
Bro, Lamar losing, and he had 6.
I know, but I can't give Daniel Jones past 9.
Inconsistency.
I mean, this is for the whole
I've
season,
been-
though. No,
I've
This
been,
is for the
but
whole
you got to
season.
think my ranking system, even though like it's week to week, I also
Kirk
do
Cousins
take in.
5-1.
I do take into back-to-back
It's-
games.
it's week to week.
Sometimes you
Last
can lose.
week,
Sometimes you can lose. You can suck.
Kirk Cousins
If y'all notice,
5-1, bro.
Inconsistent.
Tom Brady ain't on that list.
Yeah.
Rodgers ain't on that list.
That's a
You know,
fact.
there's a bunch of new guys there, fellas. A lot of guys is gone from week 1.
Mhm.
Ain't no Jared Goff. I don't see Jared Goff. I don't see Matthew Stafford.
Jared Goff and him was going.
Jared Goff hasn't scored a point in like 3 weeks.
Like them guys is leaving. So there's been new names.
Point
There's
for
been
us.
new names that's coming to the ranking. So when the new names come,
Hey!
I don't want to take a new name and then throw them too high, bro. Just because a new name could just come and go. So sometimes you coming in at 9, 10, 11, 12, just because I'm giving you love.
Man,
do your problem.
Lamar got to go lower though.
I could move Lamar lower. I could probably move Lamar a little lower. I could probably move him a little
He got to
lower.
go at least below Kirk Cousins.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice
Not
this.
Cousins. Not
Hey,
Cousins.
He
I
got-
can't
Hey,
take
Rob.
Cousins.
He
I'm
got to
Yo,
go.
there's a thing though, Ron. I ain't gonna lie. There's 2 quarterbacks in the league that 1,000%. I'm biased. It's
And
not fair
it's
because
Lamar.
I'm biased. It's not even that. I'm talking about when it comes to Kirk Cousins and Jimmy G, bro. When it comes to them 2, I'm never jacking. Will never be top 5 on this
I can
list.
dig it.
They're never going too high because I know they're not really all of that into my eyes. So you feel me? If you don't like where Lamar is, he's too high. I could live with that.
J-Rob,
Yeah, the
J-Rob,
dirty win this
what's
week.
the name
wasn't
of your
prettiest.
what's the name of your group? The Light Up
Light Up
Boys?
Boys.
Light up, boys.
Oh, Light Up Boys. I'm looking. I seen you when you spelled Kyler Murray. You put the double on the
Yeah,
wrong letter.
W. Yeah, W.
No defense
Muri.
played in this game.
Muri. This game was no defense. Well, actually, it was a little defense. 2 pick sixes. Isaiah Simmons actually looked like he would have played football.
Marcus Callaway. He dropped that one.
Hey,
right in his
hey,
hand.
J. Rob, I got a question for you. Who better, Sauce Gardner or Trayvon Diggs?
Sauce Gardner.
stop.
Mm.
Nah.
Maybe Cowboy
That's
fan.
not. I don't know. That's not correct.
Sauce Gardner. Because I'm thinking about both of them coming into the league. I think he's just a better cover corner right now than Trevon Diggs is. That's a fact.
Trayvon Diggs isn't a
I think
good
Trayvon-
cover corner.
Better
He's got
coverage.
good
He
balls.
doing
He's a
better
good.
than
I
coverage.
think Trayvon Diggs right now is the better playmaker. But let's not remember on 4th down against the Broncos, they tested Cortland Sutton, their best guy for the game, on Sauce Gardner. He breaks it up. I think Sauce Gardner is a better cover guy right now than Trevon Diggs, and
I agree.
I am the highest on Trevon Diggs in his whole community, the highest on Trevon Diggs. But I go Sauce Gardner is better right now.
Sauce might have got away with a
The
little.
man
I
But
agree.
no,
He
but I do.
He might have
agree.
got a superstar tug. He might have got a superstar tug. But to get a superstar, but you know who else getting a superstar tug early? Tariq Williams getting a superstar tug.
I think they're really good at 2 different things.
He's a
Tariq
dog,
Woolen.
too.
Yeah.
He's a dog
I
too.
think Sauce Gardner is good at covering as to you don't want to throw it his way. And then Trayvon is good at spotting the ball, getting it, and taking it type stuff.
Hey, J-Rob, how about next week you do power rankings for CBs?
I'll do CDs.
I'll do the quarterbacks.
They're also just 2 different types of
We
corners.
can trade for the week. Actually, no. We're not trading.
Yeah.
We're not trading.
It's
We're not
different.
trading. You know why we're not trading? Because some guy's going to throw for 350 and they're going to lose by 10. and you're gonna put them at like top 5.
100%.
No, I'm gonna keep my list. This is my
No,
list.
no.
The shit say J.
You
Rob.
do quarterbacks, Dub.
It don't say Dub.
He's the DB. He's the DB.
And you're the wrestler. You're gonna do a wrestling list? Come on now.
I would love to do a wrestling list.
You
Actually,
should do a wrestling list.
I would
Go
love to
for
do
it.
a wrestling.
Oh no, you don't want. Hey, that's my specialty too.
But I ain't gonna lie. But if I do my 5 quarters right corner,
Not
right
the fake
now,
wrestling, the real
it'll
wrestling.
be
that.
no order. No.
Oh,
order,
word,
no,
you do?
It's Sauce.
Yeah, I used to wrestle too.
Jay
Fire.
Slay.
Oh, there we go. J Dub versus
No, he ain't in my weight
Redline,
class. I'll punish
Ramsey.
Pause.
even
Oh, nah,
better.
yeah.
Rapper's been good.
I used to.
Like,
I'm not
I
gonna
will
lie.
pay-
I used to
I
try
will
to.
pay that.
I used to be 130. I used to try to wrestle all the heavyweights. I was doing good, but y'all put all y'all weight on me, bro.
What weight class you wrestle in?
In high school, I'm a lot bigger than I was in high school, but in high school I wrestled 230.
Oh, D.
Fuck.
He's
Yeah.
a heavyweight.
Yeah, I'll pay for that fight. I'll pay for that match.
Wash him like a
What was your favorite move? What was your favorite move?
I didn't have one. My dad he got a scholarship for wrestling, so he just taught me how to wrestle real young. He just used to wrestle me real young. Football and wrestling, like we just used to. I was doing that shit with I was doing that shit with grown men when I was a kid, bro. Wrestling and playing football.
So you ain't have a better. You don't have a go-to move.
No, I just
What you used to do? You just shoot.
yeah.
Did you do a lot of headlocks?
Shoot, and
Tosses?
shoot and tosses, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big boy moves. I used to love tosses.
I was stronger. I was either stronger because my legs big, so I was stronger than a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah, me too. That's why I went all the way down to 132. Well, all right, Bam, are you ready?
Come on, man.
Let's get
What you
it.
got, Dummer?
Oh no, no, no.
Wrestling, not wrestling.
Don't put all that. Don't put all that
$50
beigeness on me, man. Turn the volume down on your skin, man.
This is crazy.
My bad. All right, so now we got Bama's running backs of the week.
Okay, Josh Jacobs, I like that.
Yes, backs. So my power rankings will come out next week because it's the mid-season. I just want to give it, a full,
Austin Eckler got
halfway point to put up my power rankings. You know what I mean? So this is my top 10 for right now.
So is this the top 10? It's
No,
the top
no,
10
you got
or a
the
power ranking?
You got the old one. You got the old one. Dub.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks outdated.
Check
Yeah,
your
because
actual.
Rashad got Rashad.
I was gonna say that looked
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah.
Like I saw that last week.
I am
Yeah,
OD.
I just sent one to you. Yeah,
I got
It's
it.
the-
That's the
it's
one
the
you sent
latest
me.
one.
I promise you.
Hey,
that's
Josh
the one I
Jacobs
got.
might still be number one.
I promise you
Josh-
that's the
Josh
one you
Jacobs-
sent me.
Yeah, Josh
show
Jacobs
number
probably
one?
is number one.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say Eckler should be
Yeah.
higher.
Eckler,
Bama,
yeah,
Bama, I
yeah.
promise you that's the same one you sent me.
no, I promise it's not. Watch.
Check
So
the
I'm
Telegram.
just-
Check the Telegram.
I
Watch
just
this.
clicked on it.
I just clicked on it. It's the same.
Watch this. I got you.
Oh man, technical difficulties at the worst moment.
J-Rob, you were saying your corners. You named like 4 of them. Who were they?
Oh, I was just saying who I like. So right now, my favorite guys in the league right now, I want to say like my favorite 5 so far. I go Slay, Gardner, Patrick Surtain has been playing out of his mind, deserves his love. Obviously, I'm going to go Trevon Diggs. I think he's improved a lot this season.
I think he has improved. I agree.
If you haven't watched football, if you haven't watched the Cowboys, you're a hater of Trevon Diggs. He has worked hard on his eyes. His eyes are so much cleaner than they've been.
More disciplined.
And actually, more disciplined. And actually, 5th is another rookie. Look, I love Sauce. I'm riding a Sauce train. But that boy Tariq Woolen is 6'4", built in a lab, and got quick
4.2
feet.
speed.
4.2 speed. And he's
Who made that?
And who made him?
That's right.
Who made you gotta
Who made him in a lab somewhere?
And the thing that's messed up about him and Sauce is like Sauce is 6'3". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
These
he's
are
tall
both
too.
These are two
Surtain is
really,
about 6'3" as well.
yeah, like these are
like,
Surtain about 6'2", 6'3" too. These are tall, long
Corners.
They is making cornerbacks in a lab right now, bro.
Yeah, Tariq
crazy.
Woolen, but Tariq Woolen, the thing that doesn't make sense to me, and this is why I'm really glad he went to the Seahawks, because he's in the perfect situation for his skill set. Because that defense don't force you. That Seattle scheme don't force you to just play press man. You get to kind of vision the quarterback. You have space. That's why he got so many picks. He's able to really kind of play free. You let a guy with all that ability play it free, you're going to get the most out of him. I can't just ride Sauce Gardner and not give Tariq Woolen his due because he's a dog. I like J.C. Horn a lot too. I actually like J.C. Horn going into that draft class more than I like P2.
You put it on back.
But J.C. Horn obviously this is his first season healthy. He's looked good to start the year. I like J.C. Horn a lot too. A lot of good guys. Bradbury's been good. Shout out to DJ Reed with the New York Jets because he's played really well too. Hasn't got enough love.
Are you just naming young corners?
I was just trying to name like 5 to 10 that I think were like the playing right now the best. Not who I rank like these are my best 10 overall, but like playing right now, these guys have just been playing out of their mind.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you. But I like Darius Slay.
Slay's been my favorite. Slay, they was on me. So I said Slay was top. I had Slay top 5 before the season started. Everybody was killing me.
He put Jettas in a box.
Put Jettas in a box.
Hey, Bama got his what is this? Best backs?
Yeah. Best backs.
That's what we was doing.
Justin Fields is on.
Justin Fields?
But yeah, you fucking right, Justin Fields. He had 14, 16 carries, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. That was a solid rushing performance. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, I feel like Nick.
He had 16 carries, 100 and some yards. Yes, you fucking right. They are up there. They need to be up there. They had stellar rushing performances, so they will be up there.
I didn't even see Daniel Jones up here. That's crazy.
I don't discriminate. I look at how you affect the game running the ball, and I go off of stats, yards, touchdowns, all of that. That means something. So that means he is impacting the game, running the ball. So I have to put him up there. He was a quarterback. I don't like Daniel Jones. Accident waiting to happen. So I put him at 10. Even though he does have a good game, even though he is doing something good, I don't trust it. Catfish. It just seems fishy. Lady
I agree.
Very fishy.
I agree. I think
all right. Dante Foreman balled out. Welcome to the NFL, young man. Pretty sure all you fantasy owners loved it for what he did this past over 100 yards. Solid. Running that rock. Running very hard-earned yards. I fuck with it. Oh, let's not forget Breece Hall, Zeke, Gus Bus. Those are my honorable mentions. We saw the type of days those guys have. Prayers up to Breece Hall. I like that dude a lot for his running back. It's just unfortunate what happened to him. But that would be my honorable mention for those 3 guys right there. I told y'all, get off Zeke dick. Maybe he's not, wiggly and how y'all want him to be. Still a solid running back. Gus Bus, welcome back. Tearing his ACL. Good to see you back. Got some tough yards. That's kind of what they need. Back to the list, though. Travis Etienne. Man, that dude was looking pretty solid this past weekend as well. Justin Fields, finally, they're using him in ways to win the football game. He looked like he wanted to be out there. And when Justin Fields wants to play, the Bears actually look like a competent team that can do something. Of course, Nicky Chubb, you know what I mean? Self-exclamatory. The power rankings come out. Y'all see where he at. Saquon Barkley, the real reason the Giants is good, and Trent won't stop dick sucking long enough to understand that that's the reason why the Giants are good, because he constantly comes in and tell you to put respect on the Shots fired! I don't understand. I understand you love Daniel Jones as your team and all, bro, but you got to stop. You need to relax, bro. It is pretty much we are in a situation where a quarterback is supposed to be called upon for. You niggas call upon Saquon and he bails y'all out. I saw that dude like I ain't never seen this shit before in the NFL, but they stacked the box. It was one time I believe they had 12 players on the field and he still picked up the first down.
They did.
So we're not even finna just go through this right now. We know that heart beats through. And I will go ahead and let y'all know in my power rankings. This is the NFL's best running back. Saquon Barkley. That is Saquon, bro. I'm just saying. All right, so all I'm saying. First off, little mama, that's why Kodak Black trying to get in your pants. First off, we ain't even finna go there. I don't want to see the confusion. I'm fucking young lady as long as she got a coochie. All right.
Yo.
So we're not even finna go through this, little mama. Don't even go through this. All right. Number 4.
I'm too old for this shit.
Number
Okay,
4.
dog. Okay.
No way,
Eno
the bro just
Benjamin.
called him
Welcome.
Hornswoggle.
Bro.
He
Welcome
said
to
Kodak Black.
Yo, not Hornswoggle, bro.
He said Kodak Black.
Kodak said Younger May has stripes on the booty. You can't tell me.
Ew, bro.
And now Younger May play tight end at Houston. That's fucking crazy. What
Yo,
a
go
fucking
to him.
career.
Yo, I'm
What
about
a
to log
fucking
off.
career. Younger May, you need to write a book, girl. You went
this-
from
Hey, this
full-fledged
the
girl
funniest nigga on the internet, bro. I swear
to ghetto stud. Now you a tight end. Boy, this shit is, boy, you can't make this fucking shit up. This is a movie. We need Steven Spielberg to write this shit.
Oh my god, bro.
From the Bronx in the ghetto.
Bro, what
We
is
got a
going
bitch
on?
named Younger May in this whole plot twist. Best tight end.
He called me
Like
Steph.
that shit is just crazy. Like we need
What is going on right now?
To anybody who is lost, hold up. You know what? Keep doing your list. I'm
Crazy.
hold up. Keep doing your list.
Damn.
Eno Benjamin, number 4. I mean, if we look at how that game was played, he was probably the biggest bright spot besides D-Hop coming back. I fuck with D-Hop too. DeCane, Arancho Cucamonga, round here. Another situation where Saquon Barkley is in. They rely on these dudes to win the game.
Yo, Trent, get up here. Y'all
I think you need to have a one-on-one Trent and Bama
Trent, get up here right now.
I bet you,
Whoa, bro.
I bet you got a lot of sugar daddies in your inbox, little nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up
I bet
here.
there's a lot of
Trent, get
niggas
up
trying to fly your little ass out.
Oh my god, bro.
Trent, get up here right now.
I can't breathe,
Trent,
bro.
get up here right now.
Nah, bro.
I can only
No
imagine what
way,
your
bro.
group chat be like, bro. I can't deal.
Oh my
Trent,
god.
get up
Trent's
here
not in
right
it.
now.
Trent's not in it.
Of
Trent not
course,
even in a group chat.
Trent's not in the
number
group yet.
2.
The funniest part of all this is Fluent was like, I'm too old for this shit.
I have to move.
You know, I try to be on my best behavior, but they bring this out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the Hornswoggle was crazy.
Yo,
Number
Hornswoggle was nuts. I ain't gonna lie.
Number 2, Kenneth Walker.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I know Ben is happy for this. Another solid performance. And then number 1, come on, hat trick. Josh Jacobs, man, let's do
To
this.
anybody who's confused about the whole Trent Young May thing, this is what you need to know. He's talking about the guy on the top right. Just for everyone's information.
Now, why you got Dub to the left of me?
Look,
You know what I'm saying? You call her
the funniest
Stephanie,
part about that
I call her
picture,
Heffany.
the funniest part about that picture wasn't Dub, it wasn't Trent, it was G Baby face the whole in the picture. Look at it. Look,
Oh,
what is he
yeah.
doing?
Haters on my body, shake them all.
Hey, Bama. Hey, Bama.
Haters on my body, shake them all.
Bama, get on the screen right now because I have somebody here for you.
He got dubbed to the left of me, bro.
Got Dub to the left of me.
Nah, bro.
Trent, bro. What?
Nah, man, we can't be talking about this second, bro. You built like a goddamn Escalade, you wild body bastard. Playing, nigga. How the fuck you talking about that
Trent,
shit?
please fix your camera.
My shit still fucked up. Why I be doing it? It's on 1080p.
No,
Don't
you
take my
got
shit like
you
a
got
English
adjusted
shit.
every time. You got adjusted every.
My shit still say. Hold on, let me do
Them
this.
sexual predators on your ass, nigga. That's what I'm trying
Nigga,
to
shut
tell
your
you.
ass up, nigga. You the only nigga I know who's short as fuck, built like a goddamn D tackle, nigga.
And you built like a lesbian though.
How the fuck I'm built?
I'd
like
rather
a
be
lesbian?
built
What
like
you
a
built
D tackle than a
What you built
lesbian.
like? You be like my Xbox nigga, wide body ass.
I bet you don't even have to make a good play and the nigga slap you on your ass. Good play, boy. For no reason. Just hey, bro. Just
lame
good
ass joke,
like, bro.
man.
Chill the fuck out. I just walked in here, bro. In the play, boy. Good ass play, boy.
Shit, you a goddamn midget, nigga. You like Gary Coleman, you small ass nigga.
I bet when everybody be taking their football photos, you be turning to the back and you be like, look back at it, look back at it, look back at it. You be doing the what they call that shit. I ain't even gotta walk in with my tool out in the locker room, in the shower room. You be doing the tool out challenge up in there. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Bro, you doing the tool out challenge? It's getting too loud.
J-Rock, you playing your ass like Grant Williams. Fuck, nigga. Shit, nigga.
These hands on my body, shake them.
Don't bring no. Hey, J-Rock, don't try to bring.
Don't be mad at me. Don't bring me in here because that boy, because Bama treating you like a thot. Look, Trent out here treating you like a thot, bro. Hey. Bama treat you like a thot, Trent. Don't be mad at me.
Nah, treat me like a thot is crazy.
Y'all got the same hairstyle, bro. I just had to look, bro.
I got my two hairstyles. That's the two different hairstyles. But nah,
I just want to look. You feel me? Nah, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of this.
You feel me? Bama talk all that shit. He a little midget built like I don't know. Goddamn.
I'm not a midget, bro. Don't let that shit.
You kind of short. You kind of short.
The dub to the left of me. Got it.
I got a dub to the left of me.
Got it. Hey, but that's going to conclude our show, though. It was an amazing, jam-packed episode. Did not expect that. Did anybody have any last words?
Yeah. Let me. Can y'all chill? I know I brought up Jay Cutler because he fucking sucked. I know he had intangibles. That nigga was trash. But I keep that pushing.
No one said he wasn't trash.
Could I say one thing actually? Because Trent here and Trent was very right. Can I say this? Just because I'm not letting this shit slide. Bama, don't ever bring up Brody fucking Clyde.
Yeah, word. Don't
ever
Brody
fucking
Clyde.
The only reason I didn't go down the rabbit hole with you is because once you said Brody Clyde, all right, I'm done. There's nothing else. There's nothing for me to say about that shit. If you're gonna bring him up, I ain't got shit to say. So my closing remark is when it matters and fuck Brody Clyde.
I got something to say. This is the Deep by Xavier Top Floor. He's gonna be on Fluent and Chill tomorrow.
Integrity, morals intact.
Take that shit off.
Man, weak as fuck, bro.
I've been waiting for this.
Hey, you ever see that interview? Get that shit off the airways.
Yo, he can promote his man's, bro.
LeBron James.
That's crazy.
Oh, man. That was wild.
And then
Anybody else?
on Crunching the Numbers, Holly Hector, the intern.
I'm smoking that Giants pack Sunday, boy.
Hey, hold on. Let me say something gridiron because I was saying that everywhere else, we going 10-1. Put it like that.
Who's going 10-1?
You're crazy.
Bucket.
The Eagles? Yeah, the Eagles might go 10-1.
Nah, we gonna go 10-1. I put money. I already made the bet with you, baby. No, we going 10-1. He said J-Rob looked like that turtle from Land Before the Tail. He scratched.
Hey, Nigel, what's your?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You chill out, Trent, because you look like Deanda.
Nah, that's crazy.
Hold on, fellas. We ended the show. Nigel, what you got? We're gonna have a roasting session later. Nigel, what you got for us? Final words.
What I got? I'm just glad to be back on for real. Like,
Yes, sir, Nigel.
I haven't been on in a minute, so
Yeah, my young dude.
Glad to be on. So.
Facts. Bama.
Man, love y'all, man. Everybody, Trent like my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it too personal. Love y'all. The chat, you know, that's just who I am. I'm a goofball. CTE be acting up sometimes, so I'm glad y'all embrace it.
My CTE is acting up.
I'm glad y'all embrace it, dog. If y'all want to add me, Scam Thanos, Xbox, bro, Madden, Apex. I know y'all fuck with the game, bro. If y'all on YouTube, so fuck with me, bro. Yeah, that's it.
And send your letters to Dub vs. World.
Yeah, send your letters to Dub.
Send your letters to Dub. Tell them what you want for Christmas.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, some damn respect.
Ron, what you got?
I ain't got nothing, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. This shit was fun.
Glad to have you.
I still say Bama the funniest nigga on the internet. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
PC comedy coming soon. Start in Bama.
Come on, baby.
Ben, what you got?
I already said it. Smoke that Giants pack.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Y'all be easy. Y'all have a good time.
Fraud.
Fraud.